Is Phoebe Waller-Bridge the new Indiana Jones? Lashana Lynch talks about being the first female 007. We got our first look at Hawkeye, and it's Monday, kids. We got Matt Kadish here, along with Mandy and Script Doctor, as we kick things off on this Monday morning, as I said, and we don't have Andre with us yet, so we can misbehave a little bit. He'll be a little late. So, yes, welcome, Matt. Welcome to the show. It's been a bit. How you doing?
Thanks for having me on, Tom. Always love to come and talk with you guys.
Glad to have you here. And Mandy's also joining us as a special occasion or a special treat. But we'll see you as well. Yeah, like what? You're up before dawn.
I'm up. Yeah, I'm up today. Go figure.
But we do have the show later on tonight, so you get your double dose of Mandy on Midnight's Edge.
Also, Mandy, congratulations on your comic book crowdfunding.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I've been following you on Twitter. I'm like, you get it, girl. That looks like a good comic book.
I can't wait to check it out myself. And also with us is one of my partners in crime, Script Doctor. He plays a doctor on YouTube, but he's definitely not one in real life. Or is that right?
My prescription pads are completely invalid.
Yeah, you can't be getting. I tried getting him some good drugs. He's like, I can. I'm like, bullshit.
You know how they do 4 out of 5 doctors? Well, he's the 5th one.
I'm totally the 5th one. Yep.
But yeah, we're glad to have you here this morning, and we already have some super chats. So let's get to those. 1976 sent us in 2 before the show. 2 for $10 each. So the first one is, this lady is not only woke, ugly opinions, but also physically unattractive. Also, who would believe she could stand up to or even keep up with Indy at any age? Who is this supposed to appeal to?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, that's what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, because she's on the thumbnail, and we're gonna get into that. And then 1976 sent in another one, as I said, and says, why are the woke people unattractive? Even people that are attractive make themselves repulsive when they join this non-theistic outshoot of Marxism religious cult. Have you guys noticed this phenomenon? Yeah, I clearly have, and I think we all have. As far as an answer to it, though, I have no fucking clue. Angry people are just ugly? I don't know.
Or maybe because they're ugly, they're angry, and they just need some love.
But he does make the point that, like, even those, like, I've seen pictures of people who are like pre-woke and then after woke, and it's like, yikes.
So they're trying to intimidate you. They're trying to look mean and scary, so you'll just shut the fuck up and do what they tell you to do.
Well, the ugliness they have inside manifests outside. That's pretty much what it ends up being, I guess.
The Emperor Palpatine syndrome.
Yeah. They scream unlimited power, but it's really just unlimited rage.
I'm ugly on the outside, but on the inside, I'm crying. Good. I can feel you. Thank God.
Hyper Guyver 2 sends in $2. Says, so, what do we call her? Mississippi Mandy?
Please no.
Referring to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and I think Mandy has a thing or two to say about that moniker there.
Yeah, they keep on dicking up my name. They keep on taking it and putting it on like pure shit. Like, I'm not Starfire is Mandy, and then it's Peppa Pig has a new character, and it's Mandy's the poor handicapped one. It's just not going good for Mandy's.
Oh,
just saying.
Then
at least you're not named Karen.
Right?
I know, right?
No, I had a conversation when I was doing Mead Radio. They were having it in the chat. They're like, oh, I feel sorry for anybody wwho's Karen and who's nice. I'm like, who outside of Karen Allen? I can't think of one.
Well, me and Jude are actually good friends with a Karen. And her everywhere she goes, it's like, oh, your name's really Karen? She's like, yeah.
Tell her to go by Carrie. That helps. Hyper Guyver 2 sends in another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, how about we call her Dallas Debbie? Let's go with that because it has like a double entendre to it.
It does.
You know, like
I like that.
Debbie does Dallas. I like that.
Well, they also have the double D's.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, that was Mississippi Mandy as well. So Ray Young, 74, sends in £5 and has something to say about Mississippi Mandy or Mississippi Mary Sue, he says. I think, there you go. Is that better, Mandy?
That's better. I like that.
Mississippi
works.
Mary Sue or Kansas City Karen. There you go. That one works too. The most likely names for the strong independent whammon who replaces Indy. Boy, you guys are not too happy about this rumor. We're going to get into this real soon here. We got Paulie in the chat. We got Natasha here this morning. Been a while since I've seen you wrenching. Glad to have you here. Mr. Tickle Trunk is here as well. Speaking of wrenches, we have Dash D. We have Rory Mitchell. Welcome, welcome. We got Lindsay hanging out. We had fun last night doing the script read of the Batman. That was fun over on Midnight's Edge After Dark with Jesse and the gang. We also have Fractal Jack. Welcome to the show. We got Goddess of Whim here as well. She sends in a super chat and says, oh, now the show's on. Sorry I can't stay. Have a good show. Need some sleep. Well, you can always check back later. We'll be back, or it'll be here, or it'll be loaded up to Midnight's Edge Live, so you can check that out on the archive. But hopefully you get some rest. Stephen Otten is here. How you doing? Speaking of our script reading, he was here. He was doing that with us last night. Thank you, Robin.
I did a great Robin.
Yeah, he did. Hail Tom Andre, if and when he gets here. Mandy, Script, Matt, and Wrenches, and chat. Disney pulls another number. Must be Monday, or it's a day ending in Y. And Futuristic has another one here. Mindiana Jones. That's
Indiana.
that's a little closer. I like that one. That one's a little.
Oh yes, the lovely state, Mindiana.
Yeah, the lovely state.
51st state in the Union.
Hey, my mother was born in Indiana.
Oh, fuck.
Don't be making fun of Indiana. There's some good people come up there. I spend my holidays there. I mean, Bruce Wayne does. He's Gotham's most eligible bachelor.
All right, there you go. There's some Bat Tom for Michael Quaid. It has been a little while since I've done some Bat Tom, even though he did have a cameo in the script last night. He played the fake Batman.
They're getting rid of him in the comics.
What?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's out of here. Get the fuck out of DC. They're bringing in a new Batman.
Again?
Bat Whammon. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Why wasn't I told about this? Who's in charge?
I don't know. I guess I should have technically been the one to tell you. So
I saw something about it.
I've told you.
She had her high heels on his chest, and he's like, "You've been practicing."
Sounds about right.
Thomas Plummer sends in $5. Says there are only 3 Indiana Jones movies. That sounds about right as well. Hatman and the Crystal Skull, and his abomination to not count. Hatman. I'm not sure what that means. Hatman. Oh, Hatman, like generic. Okay, gotcha. USS Cushing sends in $4.99. Says if Kathleen Kennedy destroys Indy 5, how likely is she to remain at Disney, or does this give Chapek the ammo he needs to finally fire Kennedy? Kennedy is never going to be fired.
Yeah,
never going to be fired. She
would
probably,
honestly, like, if this fails, she can just blame it on Harrison Ford's age. She just say like
age and injury.
Yeah, he got injured. He was too old. There was nothing I could have done about it.
100 things she can blame it on. That's the other thing is she basically the only thing that's going to get her fired would still be an excuse. Like she'd basically have to piss her pants and run around the office naked and smear shit on the walls. At which point she could just claim she's crazy. And so again, there's nothing she can do at this point outside of kill somebody, maybe. Like that'd be likely it.
No, she's a female in a power spot. Like she could literally go and shit on somebody's bed. Everybody just be like,
you got a point there.
Yeah, she's crazy. What's she gonna do?
Speaking of
Tickle Trunk,
I got some good news. We are gonna be getting the Amber Turd sheets, kids.
Are you joking? Really?
We are in the process of working on them. But in the meantime, get your matching Amber Turd t-shirt before they're gone, kids. That's right. For a limited time only. Because they are going to be going away soon.
They're amazing. People stop and ask me every time I wear that. They ask me about it. And I'm like, yeah.
Limited edition. When I said that, I wasn't fucking kidding.
No, you were not.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says, $5 Canadian, sorry. Had a Salty Nerd podcast binge watch this session this weekend. The attitude in the room is always fun, and their panel discussions are great. Go sub. Well,
Thank
that
you.
shameless plug is for Matt's channel, so do check that out. I'm sure we'll have the description in the link, or in the link in the description.
Or they can just go to saltinerdvideo.com. Takes
Or
right
you
to my
can.
YouTube channel.
Exactly. If not, I'm sure our lovely Wrenches and Mr. Tickle Trunk, who's also probably lovely, could share that link as well. And I'm sure Andre will have it in the description if he doesn't already. Cesario JPN says, so are we going to get a script reading of I'm Not Starfire in the future? I never want to say never, but I know what's next. And that's going to be King Conan. And Andre is going to be participating.
Yay!
So that's going to be fun. Dash D says Dakota Dora, the Indie Explorer.
I like that.
That
one actually I'd watch.
Right?
Clever. Swiper, no swiping. Is Swiper a Nazi? That's not
Yes.
good.
Seems right.
He's just a rascally weasel.
Spider Unlimited says with $4.99, just take $5. Yeah, he doesn't have nothing to say. Just says take $5. Oh, thank you so much for that. Says, and then Dash D says with $5 Canadian, hey Tom, who is the blonde in your avatar? I can't figure it out. I would love to know who she is because she has her hand up my loincloth. And I'd like to know a lady's name before she gets to know my Johnson.
You don't. You don't care what her name is
That
as
was
long
like
as
3 times.
As long as she's touching it, you don't give a shit.
I thought that was Amber Turd.
If it's breathing, it could be Amber Turd.
It could be. It could be
I
Brie
don't know
Larson.
if I'd want her anywhere near my junk, though.
I was going to say
I'd
Brie
be
Larson
scared.
might be a second option there.
I'd be scared for both of those.
I'm not like a really that like Brie's not my type, but I have said that I would like totally fuck her up for everybody else. Like
you put your stank on her. Is that what
I would just like she would be ruined. She wouldn't know what to do.
Aww.
I would just fuck her world up. Hyper Guyver says, well, she did try to kill Harrison Ford twice. That is true. That is true. But like she would literally have to like she can't like Epstein somebody or do something like on accident or like they had an accident. She would have to like walk up and kill them with cameras rolling, and it would have to be caught on film with like 10 other witnesses and a malicious murder to where she couldn't claim like it's coming right for us, because if she does that, then she's still going to get out of it.
You mean if she recreated the scene in Raiders where Harrison Ford shoots the guy with the sword, but it's instead this guy with the sword is Harrison and she's in Harrison's spot originally?
And she's like, pick up the fucking sword. And he knows. He's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to get shot if I pick up the sword. I'm going to get shot if I don't pick up the sword. You know what I mean? Gogo13, how you doing, buddy? Says with $5 here. Anyway it goes, Indy 5 is shit. The clown show will just be sad. Hail Tom, Script, Mandy, and Matt. Another reason to watch anime. You kids in your anime, you're going to get me to watch it yet. I went and bought Akira on 4K. Everybody can drink. I said 4K. So I have to watch that again. I haven't seen that for like 10 20 years.
You need to watch Berserk.
Somebody else said that one
and
too.
Cowboy Bebop.
There's a new one that I'm like about to start watching, and it's called The Devil is a Part-Timer, and it's about the devil coming back to Earth, but he doesn't have any powers, and he's stuck working at like a McDonald's.
That title.
I don't know. It sounds really fucking good, so I'm gonna watch that.
Also watch Death Note. Death Note's really good.
I haven't watched that one yet. I'm all into My Hero Academia though. I'm like addicted now. It's sad.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm confused with all these. I haven't started Cowboy Bebop yet, but I will. Craig Lee Lawrence Experience sends in $2. Says this news would come after September 11th. Cry and yeah, I hear you. And yeah, thoughts go out to any of those who had lost loved ones on September 11th.
Yes.
The anniversary, of course, was this last weekend. Dash D sends in $5 Canadian. Says you got a real chance with Brie, Tom. She keeps trying to F her career with her mouth for years. Well, the funny thing is she posted some shit on fucking Twitter the other day, and she's like, what would you say to me if you saw me in public like this? And she's looking all slut-like and shit. And then, like, the best answer I saw was, like, somebody said, not ask for your phone number. Because I was like, oh, zing. If anybody knows that story. some what was it? Guy,
flight attendant, right, or
flight
something?
attendant or something like that, or whatever it was. That actually isn't he the guy that is like the agent that's on the plane? I think
Maybe the TSA guy. Yeah.
I think he was the TSA guy, and he's like asked her for a number. So he's probably some big butch dude too, right? You know. And she's like, oh my god, it was a total fucking attack, and she like freaked the fuck out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, didn't know about that, Mandy?
No.
That was like one of her first bitch moves.
I mean, I know she's a massive bitch. I mean, I know that, but no, I didn't know she did that.
I guess he like asked for her number. Chances are he might not even have known who the fuck she was, right?
Probably not. He probably just saw a cute girl sitting there and took a shot. But
even if he did, it's like fuck it. This is my chance. Wouldn't you?
Well, I know her, so fuck no. But I see that. I see what you're getting at, and of course, it's worth taking a shot if you see somebody you think's cute.
I mean, I think that was before everyone knew Ashley Judd was just a complete horrible person.
Oh no, is she horrible too?
Oh no, that Ashley Judd is who that happened to. Like, she was the one who got approached by a TSA agent, and she was like,
"Oh, I thought we were talking about Bree."
It happened to too.
Oh, it happened to Bree too.
Yeah, because she like went and did some fucking huge victim thing on fucking line, and it was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, Ashley Judd was doing Brie Larson before Brie Larson came.
I didn't know that, but that doesn't surprise me. But like,
oh my god,
you can probably Google it.
Here's the thing, though. At the time this happened, I could understand somebody like not knowing who the fuck she is, and like Mandy just said, just seeing some cute girl and asking her for a number or whatever, or asking her out or whatever. Like, he may not have even known who the fuck she was at that point, because this was pre Captain Marvel.
Then nobody knew who the hell what did she do before that? That stupid.
I think the story came out right around the time Kong came out, if I remember right.
So after Room and after 21 Jump Street,
God, she's the worst.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says, I love the Salty Nerd podcast. Bad writing, fixing the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which goes over the show with writers. Highly recommended.
Yeah, I've got a regular Thursday live stream called Bad Writing, where I try to get actual professional writers to come in and talk about how terrible Hollywood is.
They do a lot of streams over there.
I've actually done mistakes. Yes, we're trying to do more live streaming because we love interacting with our chat, and when we're doing our podcast, it's just the four of us. So we're trying to get more into that, and we're each trying to carve out our own little niche over there. So I got the writing thing. Vader's got his video game stuff, and Alex is doing like interviews and trying to convince Jude to do something, but she's all over.
She's got the wand. She's good. You don't need to find her. She's got wine and corks to go through. Don't worry about her. She's handling her part.
I'm not worried about her. She's just like, I'm lazy. I don't want to do a stupid live stream. She has to spend like an hour doing hair and makeup to.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
You ever need a turtle guy? I'm your man. Just let me know. Mr. Tickle Trunk, thank you so much. Says, I like Salty Nerd podcast so much. I spend money to tell all of you it's criminal they don't have more subs. This episode has been brought to you by Mr.
Tickle Trunk
and the Salty Nerd podcast.
love the shout outs, man.
You must really love the show.
I know, right? He should join our Discord. Love to talk to him over there.
Absolutely. So we're gonna move on here with the stories, though. Speaking of, here's got a PS. We're gonna grab this one. Mr. Tickle Trunk says, "PS: subscribe to the Script Doctor and buy Mandy's book, Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter." Indeed. I asked somebody, and they haven't. This is one time I've asked for something, and I still haven't got it yet. I wanted the buy my book with your head on it, so I could use it on toxic femininity. And
we gotta make that. Buy my book. Yeah, we gotta make that.
That good old critic clip, the meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
But since Marvel was brought up, did you guys happen to watch the Hawkeye trailer this morning?
Unfortunately,
I did. Yeah.
So what did you guys think of Home Alone Hawkeye edition?
I thought it would be I'll Be Home for Christmas Hawkeye edition.
Kind of, sort of, both, whatever.
Yeah, with Trump's cameo in there.
Yeah, basically.
it was shit. It was absolute shit.
Oh, I
Did you
disagree.
see? Did you see what they did to Rogers? They got him doing musicals and shit. And I look in the comments. I look down at the comments, and there's people like, "Yeah, Steve Rogers musical," and it's just like, why? Why would you do that?
It's a takeoff Hamilton, I think.
Oh God.
See, so I might be a little bit biased because I love Jeremy Renner. I made a movie with him. So anything he's in, I'm instantly going to like. I don't care how bad it is.
That's fine.
So like when I saw the trailer, I was like, this wasn't what I was expecting, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. So like I thought it was a fun kind of little intro. Now Marvel hasn't had the best track record with TV shows, so I'm still kind of like cautiously optimistic. But I don't know. I thought that the interactions between Renner and Haley Steinfeld, is that her name? Were a lot of fun to watch because she's trying to she's a good archer just naturally, but she's kind of like screwing things up, and it's kind of like a fun little like mentor trainee type relationship there. So I was digging it. I liked it.
Funnily enough, another person here on the panel made a movie with Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Script.
Yep. Well, I didn't really make it. I was a kid. I was an extra. No,
Well, I mean, I was stretching the words there, but you did make a movie with him, and you didn't make the movie, but you were in the movie with him.
Oh,
Kinda
that's so cute.
No, the footage is never seen. It was never released. It's not in there.
Oh
No,
That would be his. That would be Jeremy Renner's huge fucking hit, National
Senior
Lampoon
Trip.
Senior Trip.
Yeah. I was just a kid. They were there. I had a friend that, or my parents had a friend that needed some children on a shoot, and yeah, I got to hang out with Tara Strong for about half hour or so, and a couple other cast members.
Flowered you. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all been downhill since.
I've heard that's
pretty
all,
much,
all
yeah.
it takes with her. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
well, considering you were a child star, you grew up to do pretty well. You seem normal, so
Yeah.
that stardom didn't go to your head at least.
Is Tara Strong the one clutching your junk, Tom? Your avatar?
Sure. I don't.
Could
care.
be.
Okay.
I don't know what she looks like now, but
All right.
Oh, that was back when
Wasn't she in
Script
the last-
was a kid.
wasn't she in the last one like for 10 seconds? Because I thought they had like just about everybody back in the last one, but I can't remember now. Last American Pie or whatever.
She was in American Pie.
Which one is
Tara
she?
Reid.
Oh, that's Tara Reid. That's okay. Tara Strong is.
She does voices mostly, and she was
okay.
Miss TikTok and whatever the heck her name is, or the clock lady in Loki.
Okay.
Yeah. She does Harley Quinn. That's like her big.
Oh yeah. Actually, it does.
But
kinda
not
look
Arlene
like her.
Sorkin, who's the better Harley.
Yeah. I know what you mean now. Now I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it actually does kind of look like her. Now that you say that. Sure. I don't care. Anyway, Script. What'd you think of the trailer?
I thought it was okay. Jeremy Renner did actually shine throughout it. I saw what they were kind of. There's kind of like they were walking the line where the young girl is this excellent archer, but she sucks at everything else, which I thought is that's okay, I guess, because it's just one skill. It's not every skill. So maybe they're giving Jeremy Renner his character a purpose to actually train her to do other things as aside from just shooting bows and arrows. Which I'm hoping that is the case. I'm curious as to why he undertakes this mission. So, I mean, yeah, like there's some things that make me interested in seeing it, but again, the track record for Disney Plus shows is pretty abysmal. So,
Well, it looks like she's going around pretending to be Ronin, and because of that, he's getting a lot of attention, and so he has to go and try to stop her so that he can continue to be with his family, without worry. But it looks like her pretending to be Ronin is screwing things up for him, so he has to go seek her out. Then he finds out about her background and stuff like that. That's what I gathered from the trailer. I could be wrong, but
yeah. So the possibility being is that if people start looking closer into this Ronin copycat, they might find out that he was actually Ronin during the 5-year blip, or.
But it also looks like more set up for young Avengers. That really seems to be what all the movies and TV shows seem to be kind of going towards. So.
I mean, I didn't hate the trailer. It looked better than I was expecting it to be, I guess. But at the same time, I'm still just on this. kick of why does it always have to be a new independent strong Whammons every single fucking time? And we know Florence Pugh is going to come in as the antagonist at some point. And of course, that's all going to work itself out at the end because we can't have the good guys fighting. So really, like, what are we going to get out of this other than what you just said, Matt, is to set up this other character that we have zero interest in or reason to see. And it's a bait and switch. It really is. I know it's what it's going to end up being, even though he is prominent in the trailer. The whole show is going to be set up for him to set her up.
Yeah, but you know, like this whole next phase of Marvel seems to be kind of like moving the old out so they can bring in new young talent that doesn't cost as much.
Yeah.
So,
And they don't have to pay as the creators of those characters as much of or anything really at that point. The estates are kind of fresh.
Yeah, and I mean, it really takes, you know, the few minor times that I've actually enjoyed it, it just kind of takes away whatever goodness there was when they have, like, you know, like X-23 and Wolverine, or Logan, I mean, you know, and shit like that, where they actually have some decent characters like that, where they bring them in, you know. I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it. I have not really been on board with any of these Marvel shows yet. Not really looking forward to it. So it'll be interesting to see. Curious what you guys think out there in the chat. Let us know. But yeah, we're going to move on to our first story since we have our, as Andre said this morning, he goes, Thomas, get me my mangled Slayer. So I did. I went and got him his mangled Slayer, and Matt is here with us for a short time. So let's get right into this, kids. Phoebe Waller-Bridge may replace Harrison Ford as lead in Indiana Jones, according to a new rumor. Well, I don't know if we call this a new rumor. This is kind of something we've all expected. Getting off of the topic we were just on. I think the fact that this is another version of the rumor, perhaps. Let's find out what it's about first before we discuss it too much. Phoebe Waller-Bridge may flip the script on Indiana Jones. I hate that term now. The English actress 37 could be replacing Harrison Ford as the lead in the 5th installment of Indiana Jones. Look at the chat, and nobody is surprised. According to the Daily Mail. Sources told the outlet that producer Kathleen Kennedy was looking to make big changes, which could include replacing the lead character with a woman. It could be a huge statement and a great role for Phoebe, the insider told the Mail. It was announced earlier this year that the Fleabag star would be playing opposite 79-year-old Ford in the film, the name of which has not yet been revealed. Phoebe Waller-Bridge has been seen filming scenes for Indiana Jones as the actor could possibly replace Harrison Ford as the lead actor. Oh, that's reading another thing. Sorry, stupid thing. You know what? There's nothing else here that's really of any fucking interest or makes any difference. Let's get right into this. Let's start with you, Mandy, since you're the female persuasion on the panel this morning. How do you feel about this coming out? Like I said, we've heard this kind of thing before. I'm not surprised if you're not surprised, but kind of give me a reaction to hearing another rumor that she's going to take over the lead.
No, I mean, we've known this was going to happen. This is what Kathleen Kennedy does with every IP she gets her nasty little fingers on. This is what she does. And on top of that, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, right, is the most woke human being I've ever seen. I tried to watch that Fleabag show. I turned it off within the first 2 minutes when she started, like, flicking her bean watching an Obama speech. And I'm like, okay, we're good here. I'm done. No, I think this is the exact kind of disgusting shit. And I would like to say, everybody looked at me like I was an asshole when I said Harrison Ford is too old to play this role. He's going to get himself hurt. It is not ageism. It's human knowledge. It's an 80-year-old doesn't need to be doing action films. So they put him in there. He got hurt as expected. And now we're getting this bitch right here. So another movie they're going to ruin.
Yeah, I mean, basically earlier just a couple months ago, Matt, this is why you have the moniker as the Mangold Slayer. You put out.
I don't know why I didn't slay anyone.
Well, you kind of did. Let's just be real. You didn't have to. You let him fall on his own sword. You basically said a lot of the things that Mandy just said in a world famous tweet that got the attention of the director of this film. So yeah, what's your reaction to this rumor yet again?
So I'm having a little hard time buying into this. Number one, I don't think Mangold would want to compromise his vision as drastically as replacing the main character in such an iconic franchise. I just don't see him as an artist letting that fly. The biggest thing to me from this rumor, which gives it just an ounce of credibility, is the fact that it's coming from Kathleen Kennedy, because this does sound like something she would do, right?
Exactly.
I really like Phoebe Waller-Bridge as an actress and as a writer. Like, I've liked a lot of, like, for instance, what do you call it? Killing Eve. I really liked the first season of Killing Eve, which she was the showrunner on, and you know, she was a little bit over the top woke and Solo as L3, but overall, I think she's pretty talented. She's got some pretty good comedic timing. But like, you know, her, like the rumors we've heard about, like, you know, her involvement with James Bond and now this movie and stuff like that. It's a little bit disturbing, but I'm trying to reserve judgment until I see it. But in terms of this, so like Kathleen Kennedy, you know, like it sounds like she would realistically look at what's going on with this production, where it's like, okay, we're over budget, we're behind schedule. Harrison Ford isn't able to do what he needs to do in order to make this movie. Maybe we should think outside the box and shift focus to a actor and a character who can do what we need them to do, and let's make it a woman. So that's the only thing in this rumor that actually kind of rings a little bit true to me, because it's so dumb that Kathleen Kennedy had to have thought of it at some point. But I just don't see Mangold going for it. You know, say what you will about Mangold, but he has some artistic integrity. And so, like, I can't really see him agreeing to this. I think he'd be like, let's spend the extra money. Let's get digital Harrison Ford in there instead of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah. Before we get Script Doctor's take on this, I got to say this. Thank you, Far Outcast, for this
Wow.
huge
Thank
super
you.
chat. My gosh.
Way to go far out. Yeah.
Says, yeah, it is far out. Holy cow. Says, love all your work. My gut says the original Hawkeye name was for this was Hawkeye. I can see it now. Announcer coming this holiday season. Cuckeye and Cuckeye for the normie guy. Just shut up and take it, normie. Thank you so much for that. That is amazing, Far Outcast. That will definitely help us out here at the channel. We appreciate
Kudos,
it.
Far Outcast.
Absolutely. And we'll definitely get to the other super chats here real soon. I promise, guys. But first and foremost, I got to see what Script has to say about this rumor, because, again, this isn't the first time we've heard this rumor. What's your reaction this time, Script?
I'm with Matt on this one. I don't believe that she would ever replace Harrison Ford as the lead in Indiana Jones. If anything, I think they're kind of conflating the fact that she's the female lead in the movie, and they're probably trying to play up with this, I guess, to drum up some attention. Yeah, I mean, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is a pretty solid writer, I would say. She has some misses, just like all of us do, but for the most part, she does hit fairly well. Not everything she writes is beloved or beloved by a lot of other people. I was not a big fan of Killing Eve myself, but I did like some of the jokes that she wrote in Fleabag, even though they spent more time on the setup, way more time on the setup than they did on the actual execution. But yeah, I mean, I don't see Mangold being the type of director and co-writer of the story saying, yeah, I'm going to put Harrison Ford to the side. He gets to work with Harrison Ford. I think he's going to want to try and work with as much of him as possible, even if it has to be in a CGI, digital composite deep fake capacity.
Yeah, and Jason Gray, yes, she was the droid in Solo, as Matt pointed out before, and the bane of its existence. The worst thing in a bad movie. I mean, that takes a lot. Shit. I'm half with you guys, but at the same time, I think this is true.
I think this is true. I don't think Mangold is going to have any leg to stand on. I think Kathleen Kennedy will aggravate the ever-living fuck out of him until she gets exactly what she wants.
Well, there's also Harrison Ford that you got to consider. Like, he might be like, I don't want to be replaced. You know?
Well, and I don't think that's
He
the
loves
case so
Indiana
much
Jones.
as
That's
He does
his
love
character.
Indiana Jones.
He
That
does.
is his character. But again, they don't really. I'm just saying, everything they keep coming out with has been absolute ass. I don't know why this would be the difference. I don't know why this would be the one to make it when they're already threatening it. I think it's gonna suck like everything else that they seem to come out with lately. So I'm a little bit jaded though. So I will say that.
Shocked if she ends up wearing the hat, because I don't believe for a second that would happen.
Don't Spielberg and Lucas still have a say in how the
Not
movie's
really.
going?
Spielberg kind of walked away. I mean, yeah, he's technically the executive producer still, but same thing with Lucas. They didn't write any of this. Spielberg decided to walk away from directing. And yeah, I mean, I understand where you guys are coming from on the Mangold thing, but and especially with Harrison Ford. But he's also said that nobody else will play Indiana Jones. He did not say the franchise would never go on.
Yeah, but I don't see him stepping aside as the main character in an Indiana Jones movie.
Don't know if he's going to have a choice in that. I was just going to say,
I think they're going to kill him off,
right.
and this is our new welcome to the new Indiana, or whatever ridiculous name they give her. I think he can't play Indiana Jones forever. In all reality, Indiana Jones 5 should not be happening. It's an unneeded movie. It needs to not even be happening. But since they're doing that, it makes me think their plan is not to continue Indiana Jones. They're now flipping it. And now it's going to be the Indiana Jones for the new people. And it's going to be this. That's what I think they're going to do.
The reason I think Mandy is right is they're even going as far as to milk Willow, right? Like, yeah, granted, it's still going to have a lot of the main cast in it. But the whole point of it is to set up a whole new young cast. Because that's the thing. They're not going to want to end with just one more Indiana Jones film. They're going to want to continue this on and on and on.
Well, you know who's really to blame for this is Shia LaBeouf.
I know.
Why are we blaming Shaw?
If he had never gone crazy,
you're right.
We'd be getting a Mutt movie.
You'd probably be right. There probably would have been more films in between there. But here's my point, though: is since Harrison Ford is hung up on the character and he will not allow anybody else to ever play it, I'm more than willing to bet that Mandy is right. That he went into this with the clear idea of, yes, I'm going to retire this character. He's going to die, because that's kind of what Harrison likes to do. And then he's going to pass the torch on to this lady, and hence she will never be Indiana Jones. They promised him that nobody else will ever play the role, probably, because I'm sure that, you know, the first instinct, as we all have, is to James Bond the role. It's like, why should Indy ever end? Why should you move him out of where he's at? Just recast him and keep him where he belongs, and you can keep telling stories, you know, that take place in the 30s and 40s. There's nothing wrong with that.
Do we know what her character's name is? Is she a Ravenwood?
No,
she's the daughter of Marcus.
That's all we know is that she's so she does have a semi reason to be there. But again, I don't think this is above the realm of possibility. I do feel like they're going to want to continue this franchise in some way, some shape or form. And if it's not going to be with Harrison Ford or somebody else coming in to play Indiana Jones, I think Mandy's right. This is the only logical way to get out of it.
Well,
and Mangold is one of those. Where do you do? He did Logan. That was his biggest thing recently.
What are the odds that Harrison Ford has sold his likeness rights to Lucasfilm so that they could do like deep, kind of like how they did with Luke Skywalker at the end of The Mandalorian, like just bring back a fully digital Indiana Jones?
I don't know how on board he would be with that.
I mean, he gets paid for not doing anything. So,
well, I get what you're saying, but I mean,
I don't know, script. What do you think are the odds on that? Harrison Ford's like, just give me money and you can CGI me all you want.
Well, I think he definitely sold his likeness rights for Han Solo. Probably did the same with Indiana Jones back in the day. And those would have been transferred over under Disney's auspices. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the one thing that the only reason Harrison Ford's tried to stay in the shape that he's been staying in despite his age is because he wants to keep playing Indiana Jones. And I remember in an interview in 2002, I think it was, he talked about how the 90s was like his least favorite decade because he didn't get to do an Indiana Jones movie. And that's just because they couldn't settle on a story, Lucas and Spielberg, at that time. So yeah, I don't think he really has as much control in there. We do know from the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles that his character dies in his 90s.
That don't mean shit.
Well, I mean, that's still, as far as Lucas is concerned,
Continuity,
that's
schmontinuity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They threw out the whole EU. You really think they give a shit about young Indiana Jones, a show that nobody's seen?
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's true.
we've seen it.
Not a
We
lot of
know
people
what
have
it
seen it.
is, but yeah, it's 20 years old. So like that's
30
the
years
thing.
old.
30 years. Yeah, you're right. Almost 30 years old now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't think they're going to put money into it. Just with let's be realistic here. The what they're trying to do is kill them off in the next one, right? They're not going to put that much money into it. They're just going to kill them off quicker.
The moment I heard that James Mangold was brought on to direct, that was my very first instinct. I'm like, he's dead. They are killing Indiana Jones.
He can't keep playing the role. He can't. And like they said, he was promised he would be the only one to do it. The dude he's not physically able. And again, I'm not trying to be ugly about it, but I mean, when I'm that old, I'm not going to be able to do shit. You know what I mean? He needs to be, sitting on a porch surrounded by his grandkids, counting his money, not doing backflips and shit with the whips. I mean, they're going to kill him off. And I think this is what we're going to get in replace of it, instead of just letting it go down kindly. And they're probably going to give him a horrible death that's going to piss all of us off, like they did with Luke. And we're just going to be sitting there like, oh, shit. They just killed off Indiana Jones in a real shit way.
If the synopsis that I heard is correct, then they've kind of set it up for that, because the whole thing is set off on this time travel thing with the Von Braun type character, whatever the hell, Mads Mikkelsen or whatever is supposed to be playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing is something that happens in the past. Indy fucks up and didn't do right, so now it's haunting him now in the present, or in his present anyway, by the time that he's in. And yeah, so he'll probably have to sacrifice himself in some way by the end of the movie, is what I'm guessing. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm sick of seeing my heroes die on screen.
Yeah, but because they want to keep going with Indiana Jones. To do that, they have to now, pass down the torch to somebody new. And with the way new people always seem to be female. So that's what we're going to get, which seems really stupid to me, because we already have Tomb Raider, which is pretty close, close enough. But Tomb Raider does really, really, really well. So let's see how female Indy will do.
Well, we already got that in Relic Hunter with the.
Oh my God, we do.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I mean, I just think I hope Matt's right. I hope Script Doctor's right. I hope that is not their plan. But I am so jaded by this company that the moment I get a speck of bullshittery, and I'm going to call it, because I think it's probably going to be some bullshit. Just a little bit. So.
Well, the ultimate kind of judgment on this will be if they go forward with a Phoebe Waller-Bridge starring Indiana Jones movie. Mm-hmm. Will there be an audience for it, or will it flop? Will it pull a solo and just be like a huge failure? And at that point, they're going to have to take a hard look at the metrics and be like, okay, we're going a little bit too far with this, strong female character stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's played out. We've seen it. The graphics are old. It's time to, Hollywood, let's do the job that you're supposed to do, which is be creative and come up with something new that'll dazzle us instead of this.
That's not Hollywood's job. Hollywood's job is not to be creative.
Well, obviously, because they damn sure ain't doing it.
Creativity is too high a risk.
Yeah, and creativity is not guaranteed to bring in the money. So
no, never.
They're like, what's a proven earner that we can recycle?
Exactly. And that's the thing, is I don't see them, I know logically it makes no sense to kill them, but how many more movies are they going to get out of Harrison Ford, right?
Exactly. He's
not exactly a voice actor either. I saw somebody bring that up earlier in the chat. It's like Harrison Ford, there's a reason why you don't see a bunch of Pixar movies with Harrison Ford.
Well, there's also that new deep fake AI voice technology that they're doing with Val Kilmer. Yeah, where it can, they even did it for Luke Skywalker.
Well, they're using that. I thought maybe they'd use his son, because I guess his son. I heard his son's
son does sound almost exactly.
Well, the thing is there was enough stuff from Val Kilmer's movies where they were able to create like a deep fake AI that can actually do a performance just like Val Kilmer could, using his original voice because he can't speak anymore. But then with Mark Hamill, they did the same thing with a young Mark Hamill's voice, where everything that Luke Skywalker said in the Mandalorian season finale of season 2 was computer generated. It wasn't Mark Hamill saying.
And it didn't sound like Mark Hamill.
No, it didn't quite sound right either. But I have seen either the same technology or similar technology that you're talking about, Matt, and it actually is pretty cool because it can take foreign films or American films and make them for a foreign audience. But what it does is it takes the lip movement and the actual voice of the actor and translates it instead of having to do a voice acting. Again, now the question is, does it translate the acting portion? That is my question, but we'll have to see how the technology progresses in that respect.
Well, the one thing the AI that AI performance thing has that's a flaw is the fact that it makes an assumption of how the actor is going to perform the role, but the actor doesn't always necessarily will perform the role that way. Because even Val Kilmer has said, like, yeah, I probably wouldn't have said stuff like that.
Yeah, but, I'm looking 10 years down the road when this technology is going to be flawless. And this is where Hollywood's going. They're going to take their most bankable stars. They're going to get their digital likeness rights for both their voice and their images. Yeah. And they're just going to keep putting them in movies long after they're gone. I'm
not saying you're wrong, Matt. That's a very big possibility. Like I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but just I don't know. For all the reasons you guys think it won't happen are the exact same reasons I think it will. And Mangold's the key to this. Like,
but
why is
the key?
How is an AI going to replicate the creative laziness that Marlon Brando had during the glory days of his career?
You got a thing. There's a thing.
I was say even his AI will just be like, maybe I can just do it.
His AI won't come out the trailer.
Yeah, it won't matter as long as they keep getting these woke ass writers. They can put any celebrity in that spot, dead or alive. They can put them in there, and if it's shit, it's polishing a turd. Who gives a shit if you get some amazing actor playing a role that's a fucking gimp? Nobody's gonna care. Gonna be like, yeah.
You know how we have Comicsgate, which is a response to the wokeness of the mainstream comic book, and we need like a Hollywood Gate.
I agree.
We need a new early 90s like independent cinema wave where like indies come out and just like start showing Hollywood how it's done. And we are actually getting to that point. I do know a lot of people over in the fandom that are learning how to do movies. They're teaching themselves how to do it, and I've seen some clips some people have done, and
stuff's happening, but
it's happening. It's just it's slow,
that's the thing. Unlike a comic or a book, it's a lot slower process.
Yeah, it's a slower process,
much bigger undertaking. Yeah.
But there are people that literally do have that in their head to where movie sucks, so all right, let's make our own shit, which is amazing because I don't know about you guys, but I'm so tired of Hollywood. Yeah.
We'll call it the Mandywood movement.
Yeah, I like that.
Mandywood.
I like that. I don't act or do anything creative that way, but I still like it.
It's going to be good.
But the problem the problem with the digital Brando is he's still like, I'm not wearing any pants.
I want an ice bucket on my head.
I need an ice bucket. And I'm not wearing any pants. And maybe he can get a suitcase to play the part, and I'll just do the voice.
Doesn't even want to say words.
No.
Don't you have one of those fancy computer programs that can do my voice? Sir, you are a computer program.
Even the AI requires his PA to tell it what to say.
You
can't upload the script beforehand. You just have to like show it opposite the input device.
I don't read a script. I don't read a script.
I'm just waiting for Sir Jean-Luc Picard, basically.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart to be completely digitalized, and they just trot him out for new seasons of Picard.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Dune buggies.
I'm sorry.
Those are only 2 words they need, right?
Pew pew. We got some super chats. We got one from Galgo13 Anime who recommends some anime. He recommends Trigun, Hellsing.
Trigun's good.
Yu Yu Hakusho, if I'm saying that right. One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, Assassination Classroom, Fire Force, My Hero Academia, and Tokyo Ghoul. Well, there you go, kids. If you're
Nice.
getting into some anime, there's some choice recommendations from Golgo13. Thank you for that. Spider Unlimited says with $4.99, who's responsible for chloroforming Andre and tossing him in the trunk of a car?
That was
Mike,
me.
the Mexican Iron Man.
Oh, we're blaming him. Okay, that was Mike.
That was the cover story.
Oh shit, that was Mike. Yeah, don't ask me to do cover stories. I'll fuck it all up.
Right.
We'll all go to jail. It was Mike did it. Mike.
Skull Monkey says with $1.99, or a super sticker actually says a thumb up. Thank you so much. Grand Wazoo sends us a super sticker as well for £3. Or no, that's €3. That's fancy smancy money.
Nice.
€3. Shiba Dog raising an arm to greet someone asking, how's it going? It's going well. Thank you so much, Grand Wazoo. Dash D says, does Jeremy Renner wear hearing aids? I don't know. Does he?
I've never seen him wear a hearing aid. I know that when I knew him, he was in a band. I don't know if he still is or not, but he would wear earplugs on stage just to protect his hearing. But I'm thinking if you see him in the trailer with something in his ear, that's probably like a communicator of some type.
Probably, I would think. Then we got Dash Attack with $5 super chat, who says, Tara Strong, still crazy. I loved her, but she went off the rails during Trump. She did disgusting things for attention, not Twilight Sparkle. There you go. Dash D says, least Hawkeye was never an A-lister, so it won't matter if he doesn't appear in the sequel to this.
Thank you. Thank you. There, exactly.
Adam Wolford's here. He sends in $10. Thank you so much. Sarcastically, what? Changing the male to a stronger, independent woman? Where she knows everything and is bestest ever? Wow, we haven't seen that before. Exactly, Adam. I'm not surprised that you're not surprised. Valiant Renegade also chimes in with Indiana Jones and the Cuckadoon. Probably not far off. Mr. Tickle Trunk says Matt vanquished James Mangold like he was a Disney villain. The hero Matt pulled back and let Mangold monologue to his own.
I was like, give me your hand. He was like, no.
No, he was
he's like he's like Star Trek 3 where like
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd's like hanging off the cliff, and then Shatner's like, give me your hand.
He doesn't say that. He says, I have had enough of you.
I've had enough of you.
I hope someone could meme that with my face on Shatner and Mangold's face on Christopher
Give me
Lloyd.
your hand.
That would be great.
Fuck you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, fuck you. Just dies.
Oh shit. Folkenstall sends, I think that's 5 Swiss francs. Thank you for that. How do I get a hold of Mandy? I don't want publicity tweet. I don't want a publicly tweet at her mail. It's business related. Do you have a place where you can get a hold of you, Mandy?
Yeah, absolutely. Just email me, lovebug at wortthewizard@gmail.com.
Subscribe to her OnlyFans.
Yeah, subscribe. Subscribe over there to the only. No, just hit me up on my email, lovebug, and I'll hit you up. Thank you so much.
I thought you had just an Only Critters.
Yeah.
I do have an Only Critters account. I do have that because you don't have to be lonely at onlycritters.com.
You know what's funny is out of everyone on the panel here, I think I'm the only one with an OnlyFans, but it's for my Batman statue down in the studio.
That fucking Batman statue has an OnlyFans.
Bulletproof package on OnlyFans, yeah.
Do you put it in bras and stuff and like make it real sexy?
Yeah, we put them in masks and stuff, but it's mostly just pictures of his crotch.
Oh, that's hot. I love this.
Area.
I love this.
It was Jude's idea, so
of course.
And you guys, no, we were just joking. I do not have an OnlyFans. Don't get all excited. I don't have one. If I did, it would just be pictures of critters, probably.
Yeah. Who needs millions of dollars a month
on critters?
All right. And then Grand Wazoo sends in €5. Says greetings, Tom, Matt, and the lovely Mandy. I think he meant Script Doctor as well, but
whatever.
Yeah, nobody cares about script.
It's because he's faceless. It's This is one Phoebe Waller
protect his identity.
Yeah,
Secret identity.
Phoebe Waller bridge too far. I love the dad joke. There are only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Thank you. 3.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Dr.
Well,
Long Dongler.
There are
Go
4
ahead.
right now. They're shooting. the fourth
We don't
one.
count. We don't count 4.
I don't know.
They're shooting the 4th one right now. So.
I don't know about that. 10 pounds or 10 euros. No, that's 10 pounds.
That's 10 pounds.
I can't keep my shit straight.
This name, holy fuck.
Dr. Long Dongler. Yeah, I like that. Indiana Jones. I love that name. Indiana Jones' second cousin, twice removed, Indy Ann Jones, picks up Indy's hat after KK has killed Harrison again. Crap.
Yep.
I don't disagree with you. Last Millennial sends in $9.99, says, "Hey guys, look at the bright side. This movie might be the one to really get people to stop accepting this and wait until the X-Men come. And even then, they'll do a Hellfire Gala version of the X-Men." I would hope people stop accepting this soon. And I mean, the normies are starting to question some of this shit finally. They're starting to notice that everything sucks, and then they ask why. And then we got to tell them, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you're right." Dan Ramo. Oh, sorry, skip this one. Last Millennial sentence in another super chat says, "Sorry, I meant XPPL."
X people.
Thanks, people.
Yeah. I kind of knew what you meant, but there you go. But that is a bit more specific, and thank you for that, Last Millennial. Dan Ramos sends in $10. Thank you so much. Says, "Bring back the labored and ominous voice of Orson Welles as Unicron." Unicron? What? Yeah. This is Orson Welles. There's peas everywhere. Let's see here. Who shared what was this stuff here? Was this just a question or somebody copied it, or did I do this? I did this. I accidentally fucked the thing up here.
Yeah, you did it. What?
Okay.
Nobody can read this.
I have no idea.
That's what it
did here.
means.
I was trying to keep up with super chats because I lose them, but I think we're caught up to the ones we have off screen. And we can start here with Mr. Tickle Trunk, who has a Canadian $5 super chat. It says, "We need a new John Carpenter to make crazy but interesting and original movies. Who's making The Next They Live or Thing or Big Trouble in Little China?"
I know, right?
Studios, they're remaking all of those.
They are.
Yeah, that's what we get. Yeah, they're not coming up with anything new or original or creative. We're just getting shit that we loved when we were younger.
John
Redone.
Carpenter's just kicking
his
back,
shit.
getting high, and collecting checks.
I don't blame him. That's what I'd be doing too.
Yeah, basically.
I feel that.
Grand Wazoo says, "Oh, damn, I missed Script Doctor in my other super chat before." You didn't have to do that. Greeting as well. Something of a topic for today. Any news on the Almost Trejo appearances? Almost is filming, so as soon as he's done, hopefully we can set that up. Trejo, we're still working on a date. So as soon as we get that figured out, I don't know if Paulie's still in the chat, but he may be able to update you on that. But I don't know everything that's going on with that situation yet.
Oh,
I
exciting
can't answer
though.
that. Willie Woodward sends in $4.99, says, "To the salty nerd guy, I'm actually working to do a CG comic book like movement. Oh yeah, by crowdfunding an animated cartoon pilot." That's right. I've talked to Willie about this quite a bit.
Yeah, send me a link. I'll donate.
So it's coming. If not us, me, someone else. Yeah, I don't know if he has the GoFundMe up anymore. He was trying to do something, but I don't know what he's doing right now.
Yeah, we have Comics has a lot of animators. Same with just all the fandoms have some really amazing animators that I think are about tired of this shit enough to try their hand at it. So it's really, really, really exciting in like the indies right now. It's
I've
really
talked to
fucking
people about a
exciting.
few things already, and I know that stuff's happening. So
yeah,
Ram Bam sent us a Shiba dog, Fart and Hearts, which I enjoy.
Thank you.
I think it's funny. Action Com says with $5, "Thank you so much. Has there been any thoughts on writing being replaced by AI? I don't believe Hollywood will develop this, but the independent market will."
It's already here.
I was gonna say it's already here, and I know a lot of
that.
those are fake, but like I love those, like something by AI, like the Batman AI is one of my favorite ones, and some other ones like that. I love them. I know they're not real usually, but what's even really weirder is if you listen to the music that's made by AI, because usually that shit's real. Have you heard some of that shit?
I have. It's
weird.
It's ridiculous. It don't make no damn sense.
Songs and shit like that.
It's crazy.
But anyhow, we're caught up on super chats as of right now. So I know you were on limited
Did you get
time.
Dash Dish's Mandy Sutra one?
No, I think I missed that one. Let's see here. Where was it still up to where I can bring it on screen? No, I can't get it on screen, but you sent in. Where is that? Dash D's Mandy Suture one. Oh, here it is. I see. I missed it all together because it was earlier. Says Dash D's with the $5. Sorry about that. Call it the Mandy Got Wood Sutra for beginners and the Lonely Movie Maker. Come on, come all. Oh,
I like that. I
not
like
come.
that. And you guys make
Do
sure
not
if y'all
come.
want, I promise you guys 2 Mandy Sutures today. So make sure you show up tonight for Toxic Film, and I will give you those 2. Amazing, because I can't do it on day shows, because y'all know it's
What is-
daytime time to be a little bit classy during the day. But for Toxic Film, you guys, I will give y'all like the
You
best.
are too here, Paulie.
You are too, hush.
And then is here as well. Sorry, Andre's not here to say your name, but thank you for the diamond super sticker. We appreciate that. So yeah, Matt, saltynerd.com or saltynerdvideo.com on YouTube. Anything else you want to plug or anything else you want to say before we let you run out of here?
Well, we just started doing a lot of patron-only episodes, so now every Monday we're going to be doing stuff just for our Patreon community. Today we've got our full review of Shang-Chi dropping as a Patreon exclusive, and then we're going to be doing new episodes of our C breakdowns every Wednesday, and then our regular show on Friday. So if you guys haven't checked us out, please do so. You can either go to saltynerdpodcast.com for the audio version or saltynerdvideo.com for the video version. And I also want to say that if you haven't already, please donate to the crowdfunding for Mandy's comic. It's got some great art. It looks really cool. I'm really excited to see the finished product. So she's been working really hard on it, and you guys should definitely check that out.
Aw, thank you, Matt.
All right. And Willie Woodward says his campaign launches on the 20th. So keep that in mind, kids.
Excited.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Willie, send me the link. Be happy to
There
check
you
it
go.
out.
Yeah. So with that, Matt, I want to thank you for hopping in and talking a little Indiana Jones with us.
Yeah, I wish I could stay longer, but
No,
I
problem.
got a football game I got to go to tonight, and I just got back from New York late last night, so I got like a ton of
Oh,
stuff I have
bless
to
you.
do.
Ah.
Yeah, so
Well, we got more Wham and
otherwise,
Power
I'd love to
talk
stay.
about. So it's more of the same. So no worries there. You're not missing out
Send
on
Jude my love. Tell her I
Yes,
said hi.
Yes, and the rest of the crew.
All right,
so
guys.
with
Thanks so
that,
much
we
for having
bid
me
you
on.
adieu. Thank you for being here, man. And we're also going to get into our next story here.
All right.
Okay.
Talk to y'all later.
Yeah, as Matt exit, take care, sir. Lashana Lynch talks about being the first female 007. I never had a plan B, she says. Lashana Lynch starred the new Bond movie on ninja training, doing her own stunts, and why now's the time for an agent who's a real woman. Lashana Lynch knew she was on a very short list. She had taped a couple of auditions for Barbara Broccoli, the producer of James Bond since 1995. She met and read with Daniel Craig, who would be making the 5th and final appearance in No Time to Die, the 25th 007 adventure, a new release that you may have caught wind of by now. Oh yeah, because it's only like 3 years old. Then finally there was the stunt test overseen by Bond stunt and armory teams. Yes, those are actual departments. Is that like circuit training? Deeper than that, Lynch replies. They hand you a bunch of weapons and they teach you a routine for a few seconds and blah, 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 blah. Goes to the gym. Yeah. Lynch, as you may well have expected, got the part in No Time to Die. The 33-year-old from West London will play Nomi, an MI6 agent. That much we know for sure. There are persistent rumors that Nomi inherits the 007 designation from Bond, who has handed in the keys to the Ashton and retired to Jamaica with French psychologist Madeleine Swan. Let's pull this plaster off. Are you, Lashana Lynch, the next James Bond? No, she says, you don't want me to be. With fits of giggles. I'd just be like, she finds distant, what is that word? Fucking A. Right there.
I can't see it. It's too small.
I can't say it. Yeah, it's too small for me to read it.
Ditsiness. Ditsiness? I don't think that's a word.
I don't know.
Ditziness.
Is that a word?
Ditziness.
Oh, ditziness.
I had to zoom in on that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Ditziness.
I should have known that word.
Where do you start again? Who should it be? We are in a place in time where the industry is not just giving the audience what it thinks the audience wants. Yeah, no, it's not. Lynch continues. They're actually giving the audience what they want to give the audience with Bond. It could be a man or a woman. See, that is not what we want to hear.
No.
They could be white, black, Asian, mixed race. They could be young or old. At the end of the day, even if 2-year-old was playing Bond, everyone would flock to the cinema and see what 2-year-old's going to do. No. The answer is no. Because that is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. So anyway, moving on. The introduction of Lynch's Nomi is clearly a part of a strategy for keeping 007 relevant in the modern world. I think they were just looking for someone who would be able to be a match for Bond, says Lynch, who would be able to stand up and be vocal and forthright and strong and be able to handle a weapon, able to handle herself, and not someone who takes any crap from anybody at all. Then, as it unfolded, she became this quite complicated, free, open-minded, vocal human being who brings a really nice twist to MI6. Lynch
I'm not
worked
seeing anything
closely.
original with this character.
And speaking of Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Lynch worked closely on the character with her, the creator of Fleabag. She says, who was brought in by Craig, actually. When I told Phoebe who I wanted Nomi to be, it wasn't a conversation, says Lynch. She just said, that's exactly what I thought. Fab, okay, let's do it. What did Lynch say? I said, I want her to be a real woman, and I want her to work to make her masculine. She's not slick. She has it together. She's highly competent and very highly skilled. But she's a real human being. And why do you keep saying that? And sometimes she's awkward. And that's what is so clever about Phoebe's writing. Once we'd had a conversation about her possibly being awkward, there were some moments that I read and were like, oh, no, she's really going to say that in the scene. I'm so here for it. Okay. Do I have to go on?
No.
Lynch and Waller-Bridge both pushed for an extra death in the name Nomi character. It says, we don't need to make a meal out of it. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, Lord, I don't want to read any more of this shit.
It's bad. This is just.
There's just more of this crap. She talks about tampons.
Of course she does.
Says,
of course she's got to be
about
as disgusting as humanly fucking possible.
Okay, Lynch and Waller-Bridge pushed for extra depth into Nomi's character, that she might have struggled with her weight in the past or having problems with a boyfriend or be on her period. Things that men never worry about when they're dealing with this kind of shit. Of course, the period thing I can't speak to. But the last thing we think about when we're in the middle of a life or death situation is, man, I really shouldn't have ate that donut last week. That is unless we are about to die because we couldn't run fast enough, maybe. And we're definitely not thinking about, oh, I wish I'd have patched things up with my ex-girlfriend.
Another fucker women. This is stupid. I ain't ever been in a life or death situation and thought, I wonder what happened when he broke up with me. Who the fuck does that? Oh my gosh. I swear, I love being a woman. I've always loved being a girl. I love makeup. But I am so tired of these dumb bitches giving us a bad name. I swear to God, I am.
How much of that makes it into the finished film? Lynch isn't saying. I thought there might be a scene where she's coming out of the toilet and you see her throw her tampon in the bin.
Fucking Goonies.
Why?
We don't need to make a meal of it, but we're in the ladies' room. You're going to see someone pick their nose or pull out their wedgie. Bottom line, this woman is going to be relatable. But they don't even show that shit generally with men unless they're trying to make them revolting.
I never
That's
once
what
saw
they're trying to do.
James Bond or any type of masculine movie where a guy walks out of the bedroom, whips off the condom, and tosses it in the bin. Just because. Like, we've never seen anything like that. Why would we see a tampon version of
God. And I'm not saying that's going to be in the movie, but just the fact that she brought that up. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sam. I'll stop here soon. And the problem is there's more of this crap. There's more of this crap. It goes on. in person, Lynch isn't remotely awkward. She's fast animated talker with wide eyes and wide. I don't want to fucking read anymore. Oh Lord, is there anything else that I really wanted to read here? Let me think.
This is a novella spouting nothing, actually.
I know it's a big fucking puff piece about her. Of course, she's been thinking about diversity since early on.
Yet she said nothing that's really actually diverse. Nothing that I have never heard before.
No.
And they clearly are misrepresenting the headline because they're using this line from something unrelated altogether. Let's talk about Captain Marvel being $1 billion.
Man, times like this, I miss Mayday from A View to a Kill, because she was a real, strong, intimidating woman. But you haven't seen that one yet, Tom, so you gotta get on that.
What? How are they going to make a new James Bond, right? In this era of the like Me Too era, how are they gonna do this and it still be even resemble what people are thinking of with James Bond? You're not gonna get James Bond, not with this, not in this time. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do with this? Are the bad guys gonna be just like in this Mom book that I got? Is every bad guy in this movie going to be like just a guy hitting on like degrading her and saying, "Hey, smile, sugar tits, smile tits"? Is that what this whole movie is going to be? Is that the bad guy?
Well, not only that, it's set upon a house of cards, right? It's a faulty point of even having this. The character's in there for one reason and one reason only, and it's brought up right here. Because according to her, black people can't succeed.
Huh?
She says it right here. Well, I wasn't surprised at the response because asked about the disturbing similarities in the backlash of England's defeat in the Summer Euros, the racist abuse of Marcus Rashford. I have no idea what the fuck that's all about, if it's real or not, but I've not heard about it. It says, well, I wasn't surprised at the response from the football, which is really sad for me to say. If you're black and you're a person in entertainment or a black person in sport, and you will fail.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was going to say, are you...
how can she look at it like how do they put these blinders on to where they genuinely, like, Obama doesn't exist, Oprah doesn't exist, Chris Rock doesn't exist. I mean, I could go on for fucking days and they just act like it doesn't exist.
You can talk to me about systematic racism all day long, but I'll tell you one thing, and one thing clearly. When it comes to the few places where diversity has always reigned supreme, because the best of the best will always rise above, it's been in two places mainly: sports and entertainment.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, and I question, do they really believe this? Or could it be they are just like regurgitating shit talking points to make themselves seem more of a victim? Like, please, I'm a victim. Go watch my shit, even though it's going to be a shitty movie. Please, if you don't watch it, you're racist. I mean, is that what they're doing? We're done falling for it. This movie's going to fucking suck. Just like the other two we've looked at today. It's going to fucking suck. Hollywood refuses to give us anything that we want. And when they try, they pretend like, hey, guys, we're going to give y'all a new James Bond. Y'all don't get James Bond. Who give this shit? Or, hey, we're giving you Hawkeye. But no, it's not really Hawkeye. You're getting, what's her name? I didn't read a lot of Hawkeye because he was he was a B-rate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's who we get. It's ridiculous. Holy shit.
What also is ridiculous is Culture Casino is an hour and 20 minutes.
Culture?
I'm so sorry. No, I'm doing well. I did.
You came in at a perfect time.
Yeah. He was getting that hair looking good.
Here's the other thing I was talking about is, like, here's the thing is, if she just happened to be, the first female MI agent, which isn't even the truth.
Oh God, Bond.
What character did Halle Berry play?
In what?
007.
Oh.
Was she an agent or no? Because I thought that was the whole thing, was they were going to make a spin-off movie of her. Help me out here, script. And I suppose script had to step away.
The one person that would know.
It was, I can't remember her name. It was like Honey Dick or some shit like that. But
Honey, all right, so I'm gonna look up.
Oh, she was an American agent. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, her name's Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx. Yeah. she was.
Well,
CIA.
look, I done looked up Honey Dick over here,
so,
and
we're
it's
getting
an Urban
technical
Dictionary.
here. But here's my point. Here's my point exactly. Halle Berry has already been in this shit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, you're not even really breaking new ground here. This is the same shit we see with Star Trek and every fucking thing else.
Yep, no different. Same thing.
So this character is only here for one reason and one reason only, for your fucking diversity points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just seems like James Bond is one that you would just skip. Like, if you look at what the left find problematic, right? James Bond screams problematic. So why would they even attempt to remake this? You know, you're not going to give the fans what they want, because you would probably get canceled if you tried to, which would be making, you know, men be men, but men aren't allowed to be men. They really want you guys to be like cucks. So
I don't know if Naked Fame is just being whatever, but I don't really know that much about Bond. I seriously have only seen the first like 3 or 4 movies. So yeah, I really don't know that much about it. But I mean, come on, help me out here, culture. You've seen this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing, like I said, they've already had a strong black female character in the franchise. They've had 2, if you count Grace Jones as well.
Well, yeah, and you've also had a pretty fun villain early on in Diamonds Are Forever. Actually, several of them, several strong female African-American characters in the Bond series. You had the one that was based in Louisiana. That film, Live and Let Die, I believe it was. That film had featured strong female black characters. Of course, they portrayed villains or not villains. I mean, is this really the thing that they're trying to portray? I have a hard time with the way they're going about it, because in almost any other circumstance, nobody would care. Right? It's all about the way it's being presented or is sold, don't you think? Or maybe that's just me.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Because it's not like they're breaking any new ground. They're not doing anything new. And yeah, sorry, Grace Jones is Mayday. I know. Yeah, like, I don't know this shit, guys. I'm really sorry. I was watching Bond, and then Robert Meyer Burnett had to go and make a fucking movie. No, we're still trying to get back to it. I'm never going to be able to watch them all probably by the time the new movie comes out. But I will get back to them.
You seem to always have plenty of time. Who knows when this thing's actually going to release?
I think at this point they almost have to. It's just like,
we'll see.
They can't.
3 years behind schedule, technically.
That's the thing.
This is the one that they're doing all of the rewrites on set too, right? They're doing constantly having to change.
They're doing at least some reshoots. I know that.
Of course they are. This is gonna suck.
Or they did, I should say.
Yeah, this is gonna suck balls. I think, anyways.
Well, here's the thing. I heard a rumor from a pretty reliable source, and I know my sources, but still, pretty reliable sources close to the situation that said they are going to have to reshoot 2 major sequences, and they're going to come up with some other reason. And this was told to me right after all the shutdown and after they first pushed it back. And then they went and used the excuse this last fall, I think it was, that, or was it earlier this year? One of the two. That they're going to have to reshoot this thing because of cell phones, which everybody like kind of cocked their head and they're like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Because yeah, I get it. Cell phones go out of date and they want to have the most update thing, there. But as something you can easily do with computers. Why in this world would you spend all that money to get all these people back together to shoot a couple scenes over cell phones? It makes no sense. And that's exactly what I was told when I went to my source. I'm like, is this it? And he's like, yep.
That's weird.
And then they had an internal, because they had an internal screening that went bad. Then when they were trying to sell it, part of the reason that I was told that they couldn't get the money they wanted for it was the movie was a piece of shit. And now we know that the damn thing's almost 3 hours fucking long. It's the longest Bond movie ever.
Ooh.
It's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know much about Bond, so I'm at the mercy of you guys here. So yeah,
It's too long.
and I know exactly who gives a fuck about cell phones, but the company that paid the money for them does. But again, it's something you can do easily with CGI.
Yeah, digital,
and cheaper and quicker.
easy. And so then the question is, what got pulled out of the film? Because something did.
Well, I heard one thing had to do with
Is it the bad dad?
the virus. I don't know if the bad dad bit got taken out or not. I don't know. See, I also heard he actually, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who actually gives a shit.
Okay.
So again, I don't think it's going to be that good. I really don't think people are going to be happy with it. But then again, I have not heard one positive screening for it yet. So
No, I mean, is she going to be okay? James Bond is he turns out them hoes like nobody's business, right? Is she gonna be running through them like Drano too? I mean, is she just gonna be like, oh, come here, Dick Daddy, villain, come here, let me sexually make you talk to me. Like, how are they gonna do this character with James Bond? There's kind of a way James Bond has been done. So how are you gonna do that with a woman? Because I'm sorry, as much as I would like to think that it's different and yay, my sexuality. But if you're a girl and you're running through guys, you're going to get called a slut and a whore by a lot of people. So
Well, only if you take money.
they don't care if you take money.
I'm going to give you a scenario script. Okay, she's not James Bond, right? And that's the thing.
Okay.
Barbara Broccoli has said they will never have a woman playing James Bond, but she did not say shit about a 007, right? And she even fucking said that she was very working closely with Barbara Broccoli in this. Who's to say they aren't setting up this character for a spin-off? And in between here, until they get their new Bond, we're going to have 2 or 3 movies with Lashana Lynch. Do you think that's something that they're possibly
that could be it? Because I think they may be trying to do like a Get Smart type thing where the new 007 is going to come in kind of like Agent 99, where she's always having to get the James Bond character out of trouble. I think she's going to come in as a powerful woman to save the day eventually for when James Bond they're going to turn him into a bumbling fucking idiot. But don't worry, there's a woman there to pull him out of it. So no worries.
Well, there are a couple of scenes from the international trailer that indicated that there would be a little bit of suave Bond, but it also indicated that there would be a little more Lashana Lynch than the U.S. final trailer released, which I think is interesting. That they're trying to recover the U.S. audience by hiding things about the film that they didn't care about hiding for the international trailer. Does that make sense to anybody?
Wait, so they weren't hiding it internationally. They were hiding it from us?
Well, I mean, again, that could just be my perception, but I've seen the trailers and they are different and there's different elements in them. And it's almost like they were tucking away some of the things they were using for their anti-marketing strategy that they've been utilizing in Hollywood of late, right? I mean, they hate manufacture, their films or hate. I don't know what you call that anymore. I'm trying to figure out the right verbiage.
To just make up words. That's what I do at this point. That's what they do. Why can't we do it? Just make up a word. Doobity bop. Doobity bop bop. There you go. Just call it that and make everybody else agree with it. That's me.
I just don't want this film to be the contents of a colostomy bag. I want it to be really good.
But it's going to be. But it is. I mean, if history repeats itself, and we know it does, they haven't hit rock bottom yet. So they're going to keep trying this shit because it's not about entertaining the masses. It's about making themselves feel really good and feeling like they've really done something. I took a stand against this and now I feel good about myself so I can look down on you now. That's what they do.
Yeah, but what they did now is make us talk about it. See, that's the thing. We probably wouldn't even be talking about it otherwise.
No, but
Yeah.
they
It is
gotta
what it is.
fuck it up.
We got some super chats though. I like that.
Hey,
Let's see here. Where did we leave off here? I believe we left off with double back again, if I'm not mistaken. Sends in $5. Says 007 gonna go down harder than Evander Holyfield did this past weekend. That doesn't sound good. I didn't see the fight, but it doesn't sound good for Evander.
no, it does not. I mean, that poor dude got his ear bitten. He's just had it rough.
Oh Lord. Then we've got Rob Altus, who says with $5, Nomi will not inherit Bond fans. Nomi is more like it for me, like no space me. Yeah, I got you, Rob Altus. Of course, that only works better if you can see it, but that is clever. Mr. Tickle Trunk says, I think it's time for a male Xena. We already got one. It's called Hercules.
Hercules.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beastmaster.
Chris Catman just sent in $5. Didn't send anything with it other than that. Maybe the YouTube monsters got to it before we did. Sorry about that if they did. Otherwise, thank you for the donation, Chris. DeHawk666 says, is there any news about Rabbit Chicken's number for second weekend? It only had like a 53% drop, I think it was.
Well, for Friday to Friday was a 67% drop.
Yep.
Overall, it was a 53% drop. It's still, but here's the thing, guys. It's not, and I saw the headline again on Variety that it was a second week triumph. I'm like, okay, it made 35 million in its second weekend with a 50% drop. And they're like, well, that's right. That's what most of the recent Marvel films have done. And I'm like going, okay, but it still puts it right in the middle of where it was projected to be. And if it continues along this path, it's not going to be profitable. I mean, we can have this argument all day.
Domestic is much higher gross than the international, and that's never the case for any movie in this current market, regardless of a pandemic.
Yeah, it's you have, in fact, the part of the story that I'm doing today that YouTube doesn't like, which is why I'm late. It does not want me to monetize it. This is really dumb. I've never had this where it gets stuck or broken. But is to say this, that China makes 20% of every Marvel film, or at least it has since 2013, somewhere between 10 and 20%, and most specifically in the 20% range for the last several films. Endgame, it was 22% of the total gross box office was China. Of course, the revenue from that for Disney was only 25% of the actual collected revenue, but we won't get into that. It's just, you usually have a big chunk of the overall earnings for a film come out of all the other foreign markets. The U.S. is pretty big. There's no doubt about it, making up 20 to 25% of the total gross revenues. But the internationals, where films make or break their budgets. I mean, I'm sure Script can, add to that.
There's more people internationally than there are domestically. It's just basic arithmetic.
Yeah.
It basically has to make $500 million, and it's not. It's not gonna.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Hi, Doomcock. Hi.
Hey,
He's got the real Doomcock though.
Is it?
Is it Overlord
Is it?
DVD or Doomcock?
Overlord DVD.
Oh.
Yeah, but is it the?
Oh, it may be a. It may be a.
Is it the real one?
Are you a fakey fakerson?
Probably. Because Doomcock has told me he would never just pop in like that. So I'm going to guess it's probably a Faker McFakerson. But we're going to move on with super chats. But if it is him, he can message me for sure. Let's see here. Where we leave off here? Where is it? I think we're on Hyper Guyver 2. $5. Mandy, for last week's Mandy Sutra, look up Transformers Anime Girl on YouTube and look at the third video that comes up. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, Transformers Anime Girl. All right, I'm getting paper. I'm going to write it now. I've got jeans on today, so I can't use my leg.
Right on your leg.
Transformers
Anime Girl, and check out the third video.
These are my These are my good jeans, she says.
These are my good. Yeah, these are
Can't
my
write
good
on her
ones.
jeans, that means.
No, yeah, they make my ass look really good. I ain't messing these up. Okay,
Hey.
Thomas
called
Plummer.
butt pants.
There you go.
my booty pants, y'all. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. Thomas Plummer says it almost sounds like they're trying to prove that women shouldn't be action heroes.
It does
Yeah,
seem that way,
got a
doesn't
point.
it? It's everything says that we shouldn't that we shouldn't be doing that. They don't
Right.
give a shit though.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says an awkward 00 number spy makes 00 sense. You're supposed to have skills and looks in your arsenal to save the world. That means being hot and deadly. That is correct.
Yep.
Disaster area with $8.99. That'd be £8 and 99. What's left over after that?
Pence.
You just say £8.99 and they'll be happy.
Fucking A culture. I'm trying to be all like culture.
£8.99.
It's in your name. Why doesn't KK produce existing female IPs? That's a good question. The audience doesn't need to be condensed and woke or condescended with woke. I was gonna say that doesn't right. It wasn't the problem. Hollywood were the ones enabling Weinstein's culture. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
On that point. Cesario JPN says Grace Jones as Mayday. Tom, seriously? I know. I don't remember any of this shit.
By the way, Grace Jones was so awesome in a View to a Kill. That was, oh god,
I gotta see.
Dude, and she took herself out just to spite
Christopher Walken, yeah.
Christopher Walken's character was
Zorn.
so good. Zorn, yeah. I love that so much. And looked at him with the staff. And I mean, shades of obviously Conan, right? But it was just incredible. And I loved that moment in the film. Just looking at him, just glaring at him, and so good, so good.
Chad Rapnarine sends in $5. Says, I'm being nitpicky, but I wish they kept the original home of Raiders of the Lost Ark instead of Indiana Jones. Or name, sorry. Why did I say home? I can't read this morning. And I agree with you to a point, but I get why they didn't.
If you're going to franchise something, you kind of have to. It's like if they did it with Star Wars. I mean, the original film is Star Wars. It's not A New Hope.
Thing.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's just, it started out Star Wars, and then we decided to name it after the chapter, A New Hope.
I agree with you, though. Fuck those conjunctions.
Yeah.
We don't need them.
Well, conjunction function. Did you not see that when you were a kid, the little animation?
Yes, all that. But I'm telling you, I'm making up my own language because that's what everyone else is doing. And I think it's pretty awesome. So I'm just making up my own shit now.
Well, flea flop to you, Mandy.
Thank you. Flea flop to you, sir.
Okian Native sends in $5. Thank you. Says she has these issues because she's British, where they have more systematic classism and
systemic.
Racism.
Systemic.
Jesus. You should be reading these scripts.
Systemic classism.
So she thinks everyone does. Halle Berry was CIA. That's right.
Actually, NSA. She was an NSA agent. Yeah. That's fine.
Everybody said CIA.
That's okay.
No, that's Felix Leiter was CIA.
CIA. Yep.
Mr. Tickle.
My drink's ass. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
She's gonna stand up in her good pants, guys. So pay attention. There you go, guys.
See,
good pants.
They're real. She's wearing pants.
The good jeans.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says, "Let's be fair to her. Hollywood is run by the suits with a lot of racism. She's in a bubble. We live in a reality where we don't care about skin color. That's the biggest problem too, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I'm not trying to say that, there isn't racism out there, but it's not nearly to the extent they like to pretend. And at the same time, when you're going to bitch about it, the last people who should be bitching about it are people who are in the entertainment or sports industry, because you've made it. You're getting to do what kids dream of, right? We all wish we could grow up to play sports or make pretend, right? And make money doing it. Yeah. And I have seen more actors and fucking athletes piss and moan about some of the stupidest first world problems in the last fucking few years, or try to tell us how to fucking live, when it's like, bitch, you ain't got no clue. You ain't been poor in years. You don't know what it's like to have to fucking, wait for your next paycheck or shit like that. Now, granted, there are a lot of actors who don't make millions of dollars. I do understand that, and Script will be the first to tell you that.
Thousands of them.
Yeah, but when you're somebody like Lashana Lynch, you're the last person who should be fucking talking about, because she's clearly making the bucks now. She's been in Captain Marvel. She's in a James Bond movie.
Well, she's probably making $1 million a picture at least.
Exactly. She's doing just fucking fine. I'm not worried about her at all.
You sure? I'm worried about her, but probably not for her financial earnings.
Well, I'm worried about her sanity, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, you're not wrong there. Mr. Tickle Trunk also says, thank you so much. We've kind of had a female James Bond in recent years called Black Widow. 007 is female, or Black Widow. 007 is male, but a real. What is that? The male or female sign? I keep forgetting.
Well, that's a male sign. It's with the arrow pointing up.
Yeah, is male, but a real female real female 007 has already been proven if you write well. Yeah. I mean, we've said this for a while now. Just make your own or new one or whatever. And again, I'm not.
They tried with Salt. Remember Angelina Jolie did Salt?
Well, they just had another one too recently with what was it, Charlize Theron, and
There's Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, and then wasn't there another one that what's her face who plays Black Widow was also in too that was similar? I'm trying to think of what it was called. Lucy or some shit like that.
Oh, right, yeah, Lucy. Well, she wasn't a professional spy. She just got superpowers from drugs.
Well, same difference. Mr. Tickle Trunk sends in another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, and this one I think I can bring up on screen. 007 fans want more Bond and more spies. If she was 006, a number above him, and then they had a well-written film paying off one another, we'd eat that up. Yeah, I don't think anybody have a problem. And again, it is a new character. I guess I'll give him that much, but I think that just the vibe they're already putting off in the trailers and shit, just it makes her unlikable when she's sitting there telling, Bond to know his role and stay in his lane, and everybody's calling him a fucking fossil and shit. Like that, why is that okay? I don't get it. I don't know. Cesario JPN says, we do have a female James Bond. It's just Japanese beat Hollywood to the punch with anime 009 one. If I'm saying that correctly. Don't watch the live action, by the way. It's bad. Well, isn't that generally the case with animes? Has there been one decent live action anime yet?
Not that I've heard of. I mean, I'm not like full weeb either, though. So maybe, but
full weeb. You didn't go
full weeb.
You never go full weeb.
You can't go full weeb. That's how you end up with tentacle porn. What? Oh, that's what I was told when I started watching anime. I was told to be careful because it's a slippery slope to tentacle porn.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Let's move on. Godzillionaire says with $5, going to change my name to Godshillionaire and preemptively call all these movies a triumph. Where's my free gift bag? That's a good question. Where's my free gift bag?
I want a gift bag.
I want a gift bag. I'll call
you can live off gift bags.
You could.
You probably could, though. I've heard that script. You get some goodies in there, though. They really buy your love.
Mm-hmm.
They did not give me a gift bag at Captain Marvel premiere.
Oh yeah, I want to hear what kind of gift bags have you gotten?
Oh, t-shirts, cell phone pay cards, and things of that nature. Geez, what else did I get? Oh, there's one with like colognes, which is pretty cool. Chocolates, candies.
You're not selling me on this shit.
This general stuff. Some of the premieres I've gone to, the gift bag's been kind of normal. I've heard that people have gotten like car keys in their gift bags for some stuff. It's a big spectrum of things. It's whatever I guess the studio wants to
well, I've heard that like the bigger actors and stuff get the better gift bags and shit too.
Yeah, the big names, people. Whether they're in their film or not, they're big names that are coming to the premiere. Yeah. They get some really good stuff. I think one guy got a jet ski.
Well, and I know a lot of this is from the companies themselves, and I don't know how much you guys know about this. I'm sure you know a little bit, Script, but like a lot of times it's so they can promote shit. It's like they want you They want to give Arnold Schwarzenegger the Rolex watch so that he gets pictures taken with that Rolex watch on.
Yep.
So that's why they give it to the studio to put it in the goodie bag, basically.
Mm-hmm. There were some badass little kids a couple of years ago that were beating up people taking their goodie bag. It's not really funny. It's a crime.
It isn't, but at the same time,
there's a little bit of humor.
A little bit.
Some ruffians about.
And Read by Nature, you're right. I don't know what it is. I got new glasses, but they don't seem to be working very well. Everything's still pretty fuzzy sometimes. I'm getting old. Mr. Evil sends in $6.66. I see what you did there, sir. Says there's already a female super spy. Blah, 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 blah. There's already a female super spy. She's called Modesty Blaze. How do I know that name? I've heard it, but I'm not too familiar with it.
That's a porn, ain't it?
I don't know. Probably.
That sounds very pornish. I'm just saying.
That does, and Mandy and I would know.
We would know. We're on top of this.
And with that, I think we're caught up on the super.
No,
chat.
it's a British spy comedy film. Actually.
Fuck.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
How is that not a porn? It should have been.
Okay, now
they missed out.
I'm trying to find this Doomcock in the chat. I still haven't seen him. So.
Oh, well, he disappeared because he was a fake.
He was outed.
Faker.
I knew it was probably a fake.
Yeah, he slithered.
Yeah, because last time when that happened, I asked Doomcock about it. He's like, I would never do that. He's right. I don't think I've ever seen him in a chat like that for reals. So he's probably one of you guys in the chat and you don't even know it.
That could be true.
So yeah, was there anything else to talk about this morning, Culture or Script or Mandy? Was there anything caught anybody's eye?
Oh,
not really. Righty's got that non-story about Amazon and She-Ra and.
Oh yeah, you sent that thing. What's that all about? A live action She-Ra? What the fuck?
Amazon's just making an announcement for that. It's not going to be anything like the previous cartoon iterations, apparently.
Let's take a look. Where's Andre when you need him?
Yeah.
She-Ra live action. Oh, god damn your fucking videos. Dionne Warwick still alive? She-Ra live action series in early development at Amazon exclusive. A She-Ra live action series is in development. We already knew this. You told us this already.
Yeah.
As the project is in an early stages, no writer is currently attached. DreamWorks Animation will serve as an executive producer after recently producing the Netflix animated series She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. However, the live-action version will be a new standalone story and will not be connected to the animated show. Should the project go to series, it will mark the first live-action adaptation of the She-Ra character, who first debuted in.
We're having Melissa McCartney play her, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's nothing in here that's any worth of value. You're right about that, Script, but this announcement in and of itself is pretty interesting.
Probably means that DreamWorks is trying to secure a deal at Amazon for this, and they're trying to get entrance to close that deal.
Well, there's another thing that's kind of funky about this is there was somebody talking about the Masters of the Universe thing. I don't know if it was at PowerCon or whatever is that going on right now, I think. Sadly, I'm missing it, but it doesn't sound like I'm missing much. But they had said something about not to worry, that the Origins line, the license for the Origins line will continue through 2023 and beyond. Why would they put it that way? Just sounded weird to me. I want to get the actual quote, and I want to talk to Andre about this shit. Because, yeah, something's up.
Is this for, like, the traditional, like, the 80s toys license?
Yeah, the ones that have been selling recently really, 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 really well. Mm-hmm. But that still doesn't matter because that goes along with what we were told, and that was a first refusal right on Mattel's part. But why would they just specifically say the Origins line and it will continue past 2023? Maybe there's some legitimacy to what we've been saying, guys. Maybe they worked out a deal where that will continue. Maybe. I'm not going to say what Andre's reaction because I just sent it to him. I'm going to ask him, are you going to show up today to work?
There wasn't really a lot to talk about. I mean, I went through like 9 stories in the 6-minute daily, and most of them just kind of overlapped, you know.
And as Dragon Master says, "What?
What?
This makes no sense." All right. Maybe
There
this
is
is the one that I'm thinking of script, maybe?
No,
Or what's this?
can't
Who
think of
sent me
anything
this?
really.
I sent you the link to the PowerCon toys.
Right at the bottom there, yeah.
Is that the quote?
No, that's the toys.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the quote I was looking for.
Oh.
Because somebody, I can't remember who it was speaking about it. Somebody told me about it. I have to find the story. But yeah. Sounded very weird. Very, very weird.
Do you really think they're going to try to outdo how bad they fucked up She-Ra last time? Like, we fucked it up so bad last time, it can't be any worse. If that,
They don't think they fucked it up. That's the problem.
they think they did good, don't they? They're
Yeah.
proud of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's disturbing.
Yeah, because the sad part is even Lou Scheimer's daughter even talked about how wonderful it was.
It's so wonderful.
And
We
how
took
gay
a
the show
giant
was.
shit on this IP. Oh,
Yeah,
Well, but-
she really went about face to some of the stuff that she used to say in the late
The
80s,
heck?
early 90s.
What the heck is this Sunman toy?
It's my new diversity because, you know, we've only had a half a dozen fucking black characters in Masters of the Universe before. We need to make a big deal out of one that looks like a huge stereotype. But anyway, Diego Flores sends on and 5 Peruvian souls. Villeneuve is trying to get brownie points with Variety after their critic gave it a rotten score. Oh, you're talking about that interview with Villeneuve?
Well, the Variety critic is a terrible critic. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
we know that.
I don't know if Andre is going to be incorporating that in his latest editorial, but we're working on that, and hopefully we'll have that the next day or so because Andre is going to be seeing Dune in less than 2 days.
yay!
I
I'm
want-
excited about that. I don't know anything about it, so I'm going into it like completely new.
I want to be able to be behind the scenes in a live stream where I can ask him some direct questions because I want this to be so
I
good.
have a good feeling about this culture, and you want to know why? Part of it is because of what Andre's writing an editorial on right now.
Right,
We brought this
right.
up a few times. Most of the reviews of this film are not good. Why?
Which
And they
means it's
all kind
probably
of
good.
gear towards they all gear towards the same thing. It ain't fucking woke enough, and it has a white savior problem.
Except that it
And
doesn't.
You got to remember, none of these people have read the fucking books. They don't know anything about Dune. All they know about Dune is what they read in a blurb.
I just want this to be good. And I want part 2, and I want a part 3, and I want a part 20. I mean, I want it to be good. You guys don't understand. This is one of those things that I just want it to be good. I want Indiana
I'm
Jones to be
looking
good.
forward
It's not going to be. I want James Bond to be.
Dune. I am.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to Dune. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's what I meant.
Yeah. No,
I'm
and
looking
again,
forward to Indy. Fuck that.
Andre gave me hope, and script has tried to give me hope. I just need hope. I need hope. Hope's not a plan, but
That's the thing. It's not a plan, but
There are a number of women named Hope. You could always,
That is
ask
true.
for them. Give
Nope.
you a hug.
No.
It is very true. But not only that, they wouldn't be happy with this movie unless they made the main character and swapped it as a black female. That's basically it. Let's be real here. But
And then they wouldn't get how bad that would look for them as the story progressed.
yeah, that would not look good. But then the other side of it is there's this big, huge kind of like allegory or metaphor or whatever have you that is kind of in this story, which I said is kind of funny, that it's almost like Hollywood being told, or when you're a director or a writer and you're being told by Hollywood, you need to put a female lead in this, the way Lady Jessica says, no, I'm having a boy. Right. So, I mean, like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, I can see why Hollywood would be pissed about this, why the critics would be pissed about this, because this movie goes against every last fucking thing that they wanted to do to movies in the last 5 years. So, or almost 10 years. So,
yeah. Well, and here's
you
the
were
thing.
gonna say something, Culture. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, it's just we've been continuing down this path where we continue to point out throughout history, the history of cinema, female, strong, powerful, brave heroines in this, if you'd like to use the appropriate term. And there are many stories today. Haley Atwell, I'm not sure if you guys covered it yet, but she is going to be the voice for Lara Croft in an upcoming anime series. And here's the thing. I would like her to be the actual Lara Croft in an upcoming live action Tomb Raider series, right? I think
Got the
Haley
dimensions.
Atwell, it would be perfect for that character. So make that. Don't flip the anime. Make a dang movie. Let's get back to having some awesome Tomb Raider films. I mean,
well, that's going to be difficult because a lot of the producers that have the control of the rights would look at Haley Atwell and acknowledge that she is gorgeous and very talented, but she's 39 years old, and you can't have an women action star at 39.
Why?
I know.
Why? I mean, if they could have made the new Terminator film good instead of woke fate, they had a female action star way older than 30 or 40, right? I mean, she is awesome. And by the way, Linda Carter, I still believe she could Wonder Woman her butt up, if she had to. I look at some of these things and I go, why are you being ageist, Hollywood? Why are you continuing these same problems that you had that we've been calling you out for, and the entire industry supposedly has been calling you out for a long time? Why is that still acceptable? Why is Hollywood not being held to these things? What is the issue? Look at Haley Atwell. She's actually more attractive than the current, game character, in my opinion, and I think she would be excellent at the role. Somebody tell me why this wouldn't be a great live action. I think it'd be incredible.
You're probably right. Cesario JPN says, let's not forget the video games No One Lives Forever. That needs a remake desperately, and Perfect Dark for good female spies done right. Yeah, well, speaking of video games, there you go on that one.
Yeah.
And then we had, I think, one or two more here. Let's see if I can bring them up. If StreamYard is going to work with me or not. I believe this is the next one. Is this the next one?
Oh.
Yes. Eric Runge sends in 20 Danish krona. I believe that is. Culture Casino deserves God Emperor Leto II. There you go.
Okay.
Lupu sends in 50 Mexican pesos, correct? This normie mentality of wanting live action instead of actual anime is the reason woke cancer spreads.
Yeah.
Gatekeep your hobbies even from normies. I've said this a million times.
Yeah.
I don't understand making an anime live action. Isn't that kind of the point of what an anime is?
But they break it every time they've done it. They break it, and they break it badly. And we should have just expected it from Cowboy Bebop, even though we got that one piece of news that the Ein wasn't being switched for a freaking husky. I was like, well, well done.
Still going to be a corgi. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, but they put him on a leash. Guess what?
Yeah.
Ein's never on a leash. Ein's smarter than you.
He's a data dog, right? And he's got a collar on it. And listen, Cowboy Bebop's a fun show.
Great.
That's what it. Well, I wouldn't go great. I'd say it's fun.
Wow. I
because
enjoyed
again, it's episodic, and the episodes are each individually pretty good.
Yeah.
But the other thing you have to remember is just like with regular media, that's not done by other people. No one genre is perfect.
Right.
And with anime, one of the biggest things that I have an issue with of it is its pacing is never on point. It's really great on character. The artwork is most of the time absolutely beautiful and hyper realistic, but pacing wise, it's kind of throws me off a lot because it's why are we stopping the story cold for nothing to talk about? What are we going to eat for dinner today? It's that is not anything to do about the story. Get on with what you got to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them are generated, around young people, so that you end up with a lot more of those meal scenes than you would like. But
yeah,
I always, like I said, I loved all 26 episodes of Cowboy Bebop. I really enjoyed it. I loved the story.
I enjoyed the episodes and the film. Yeah,
I got it, and I'm going to check it out. But here's the thing with Cowboy Bebop as compared to some other animes turned live action or whatever you want to call them. At least in this so far, I don't see anything that's major manipulated by CGI or probably will be. That's my other thing is like when you got to make a movie and everything is manipulated that much by CGI, what was the fucking point?
There is no point, in my opinion.
Anime, right?
Yeah, you like anime because it's anime. Why would you change it and turn it into something? Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And they can't do it. And they keep getting these horrible actresses. And I'm stating actresses because they seem to be the most vocal, where they literally get up there and tell you that their shit's so stretched out that they're losing parts of the clothing in it. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Tom lies. He'll never watch it. I will try. I bought the damn thing because Culture made me. He twisted it.
I told you.
And
I liked it.
That
I watched
disc has been sitting
few.
out there since I bought it. So I don't know.
Go get it. Put it in. Watch it.
No, I've got it. I bought it. There was 2 left when I bought it, but ever since I bought it, that last one has been sitting.
Watch it.
I will. Here's the thing, though, and this is a full disclosure. Going off of what Mandy just said, I'm not a huge fan of anime. I love animation, but anime itself, I'm very kind of like never really took to it. And I get it. The stories are great. There's some of them where I've seen some decent stories and whatnot, but I've just never took to the animation that well, especially if it's the cheaper shit. Like, I mean, there's some that looks really gorgeous and it's really great. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, I'm doing my best to get back into it, but I've tried a couple times to get into anime and it's tough for me for some. It's just not my bag, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to try again, though. I got Akira recently on 4K. I got Cowboy Bebop on Blu-ray, and there's a couple other ones I've been looking at. So it's not like I'm against it. I'm gonna give it a shot because I know y'all like it so much that every time you bring up the word anime, you get a whole bunch of recommendations, which is fine, you know. So
a lot of weebs out there.
I understand it. It's popular. I'm not knocking it in the least, right? So it's just my point is I'm not into it, and I'm not going to turn around and pretend I am.
No.
And it's really more or less just an aesthetic thing. That's really what it is. It's not. There's nothing I've seen that to my eyes is something that really pulls me in, I guess.
There are some things that aren't meant for you. I believe that.
Gundam might pull you in though. Big giant fighting robots.
I've actually been eyeballing like the Robotech shit and stuff because they just brought out Robotech Part 1 and 2 on Blu-ray or something like that.
Yeah, Lupa, I've seen this take multiple times, and yeah, I can see where somebody would say that.
Lupu brings in another 20 pesos. Thank you so much. The Akira anime is a butcher job of manga. Oh, see, there you go. You have that aspect of it too. Some of this stuff starts as a whole nother medium. Yeah. So then you get 2-3 distances from the original when you do that sometime. Rave Forever, like that Garfield little icon there, says unpopular opinion. The intro of TMNT OG cartoon is drawn in anime style. There is elements of that. I understand what you're saying.
Oh no, it's got great detail lines and shading.
And there's
some an X-Men alternate opening as well. Done.
Yeah, but again, it's just some of it is just the style. See now, Cesario says Robotech is crap. So I don't see.
You fans on both sides of that robot equation, by the way. Nobody's going to be happy with you, Tom.
Isn't Robotech a hybrid of 2 other animes into one show?
Yeah, don't take a position, Tom. It's safer.
Yeah.
Look at this. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
Just say
for Lavender.
Like, I don't know. I like old stuff.
Yeah, well, you're old.
You know what? The last couple things I've watched. I've been old.
I'm old. You like me. That's true.
Well, MJ1 Media, how you doing, Jeff? Says Star Wars wasn't made for my uncle. He never got into it. I mean, I've talked to people who've never got into Star Wars, and I understand.
I don't know. I can't imagine knowing a person that doesn't like Star Wars, but hey, it could happen.
Well, I know a lot of people that don't like current Star Wars.
Oh, well, that's different. I'm saying like before Disney got a hold of it.
My girlfriend 10 years ago didn't like Star Wars until one of her girlfriends convinced her to like it. So
David says it best here, I think. Stop listening to other people, watch it, and make up your own mind. Yeah, I will. I'm trying.
Did you see his icon it was their Guy Fawkes mask? Yeah, like getting a lineup picture.
Like
that was awesome. I love that so much.
Rebecca Gold says, "Does every male hero have to get kicked in the balls? Is this something new?" LOL. No, it's not.
Well,
It started recently. I mean, it's always been kind of a. You can do it once in a while as a joke.
Yeah.
But like it's been more poignant since Ghostbusters and a few other things. Like when
20
they shoot him in the dick.
Yeah, 2014.
That's supposed to make us feel empowered, Rebecca. We're supposed to see that and be like, I too could kick a man in his penis if I so felt.
Okay, four annoying women shooting a guy in the dick, not funny. RoboCop shooting a guy in the dick to save a woman from being raped, funny.
RoboCop shooting 20 guys in the dick.
That would be
in the
hilarious.
fan-made one is hysterical.
Just to make sure that I want to see that.
Now, yeah, I think that would be great.
Have you not seen that one? They
What
did
is
a
your
really good
obsession
job
with
with that.
shooting people in the dick?
Yeah. Like, and these are exposed penises, and they're just blowing up right on. Like, they do it all out. Yeah, for the fan-made RoboCop remake, go check that out. It's actually really funny.
I definitely
I
will.
am writing that down.
Don't write it on your good jeans.
I'm not writing it on my good jeans, but I've lost my notebook again, so I got to write it on here.
How do you lose a notebook? You have one desk.
Yeah, I don't know where I stuck it though.
Well, also, you may have the same problem the lady actress from
No,
Cowboy Bebop does.
sir. No, sir. Everything is tight and the way it's supposed to be over here, sir.
Sean
I
says I'm going to
assure
die
you.
from laughter watching RoboCop shoot people in the dick. I'm already laughing because it's hilarious. It's kind of like, okay, it's only funny in certain instances, right? Like I heard Shang-Chi gets kicked in the dick in the movie.
Yeah,
That don't
everybody,
sound funny
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you know what's funny? Is the fat kid from Monster Squad kicking fucking werewolf in the nuts and going, Wolfman's got nards. That's funny.
That's pretty funny, yeah.
Don't ask me why. It's only funny when other guys do it, maybe. I don't know. Or when a girl does it in the right occasion, I guess. Like maybe if it's a dickhead and you like to see the dickhead get kicked in the nuts.
Okay.
Maybe, rarely. I don't know. Dan Ramos sends in $10. How you doing, buddy? Ain't seen you in the chat in a while. If not, I've been missing you in the chat anyway. Says, screw all that noise. I still love the hell out of Robotech. As soon as that theme song plays and the intro animation starts, I know quality animation and story is about to play out.
All right.
So there's that. So I might still get it. People bring up like Death Note and a few other ones here in the chat I see.
Not the live action. Not live action.
I've heard that.
Never.
Of course. Why
Never.
would I go with the live action? That makes no sense.
No, they wasted one of the greatest character actors in the history of man in that film. I'm so mad at Netflix or that series, or whatever the hell it was. All I know is I wanted to be angry for a while. Not good.
Lindsay said these nuts.
He's nuts. Hey, Lindsay, how you doing? In my opinion, says that nobody guy, there's several different genres within anime. Some are realistic, some are more bobblehead cutaways. Finding what you like can be hard. And yeah, that's kind of the experience I've had thus far. So I just need to just find the stuff I like. Josiah Finch, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Says, did anyone notice in Shang-Chi that the fight scenes was just ripoff of Rush Hour 2 and Speed?
Hey,
creativity. I kind of got the Speed thing from the trailers. I definitely know.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I actually used that as an example clip in my video talking about Shang-Chi. My first thoughts was the Speed thing. I also used the scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off where the two valets take the car for a joyride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they almost copy some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
well.
I'm like, look at all this copy pasta. I was like, it was amazing how many films they completely ripped off because they want you to not believe there's any history, because they're creatively bankrupt at this point. They have no ideas, zero, nada.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, unbelievable copy pasta.
Why wouldn't they use movies and like stuff that isn't so popular, like ripping off anything from Ferris Bueller? Seems like you're just asking to be called out.
But it's
too big of a movie.
Yeah, but again, I mean,
if it's something that people know, it's an homage. Then it's not a ripoff. See, that's how that works.
Okay, so all that entire film is an homage to all these other films.
And in Ferris Bueller, they rip off this shot from the Star Destroyer coming into frame with the car, and they're using the Star Wars theme.
You know what's funny about that is they had an
hill.
alternate that I didn't even know about till I got the soundtrack.
Oh wow!
In case they couldn't get the Star Wars theme, they were going to use Star Trek because it's a Paramount movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
But it was
so I actually have the Star Trek version on the
Yeah, I
The
had to
alternate take on the
mute it for the
soundtrack.
purposes of my video because I wanted somebody to see the film or the video I put together. But I'm telling you, there is so much copy pasta in that I couldn't have done it all. It would have been a week making that video of all the copy pasta that happened in Shang-Chi.
That's fucked up.
It was messed up.
I can't imagine that scene with the Star Trek theme, though. Anyway, Nikki D says, how
Yeah,
much of the film's budget must be earned back in order for a project to be deemed profitable in Hollywood? Well,
All
Nikki
of it.
D, all of it is the answer, but they
I'm
generally, the rule is the rule of three is what
Yeah,
generally
for
we
now.
go by. And that could change with the way things are going. We don't know, but in the last X amount of years, that's kind of been the rule. Because the amount of money you spend on the budget with also the advertising and stuff like that,
Gets rolled into one and it ends up becoming it technically with most studios they end up spending more money on advertising than they do on the budget to make the movie. Most of your tentpole films. So yeah, you have to make a minimum of 3 times as back, and in some bigger venues, like I've already heard being thrown around 4 times is probably going to be the norm within the next 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
But 15 years ago, you just had to make double. That was it, and you considered breaking even, and then everything after that would be profit.
It varies depending on the movie. You do something like Joker that costs nothing, and you make $1 billion. That's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But if you make a movie like Avengers that costs $300 million to make, you have to make like $1 billion to be profitable.
Yep.
And it's not, and it's a slim profit margin just with
Exactly. That's like where
they were very lucky they made $2 billion.
And that's where I've been saying, like, they can sit here and boast all day long about Shang-Chi, but until that motherfucker crossed that $500 million mark, I don't want to hear nobody saying it's been profitable yet, because it ain't.
No,
I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
You can play with numbers all day fucking long.
Yeah. Yeah. And it, like I said, I mean, you had going in before most of the international advertisement hit where Black Widow was already down 341 before it even got the promotion budget out there for the international stuff. It was negative 341.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Rebecca Gold points out with sending in another 10 pounds here. Thank you. Says, sorry, I'm a geezer. No, you're not. We're all geezers here.
He's not
but yes, Shang-Chi gets kicked into the ball. So does Loki. I forgot about the Loki thing.
Yeah.
Somebody told me about that. I didn't watch that.
Sure.
Is he going to get kicked in the ball?
That may have been how he got injured. That may have been how he got injured in that train scene. We don't know.
She just kicked me in the balls.
Yeah. Is Bond going to get kicked
Get
in the
off
balls?
my
Guaranteed.
dick.
Well, actually, he kind of got whipped in the balls in Casino Royale with that knotted rope. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was his opening, but that's also from the book.
Yeah, that goes with, is Bond going to get kicked in the balls? Probably.
Yep.
There's a good chance. Yeah, there's a good chance that
Lashana Lynch will tee it up and kick
Here's
off.
the thing, women don't
She doesn't
understand.
kick him, she'll grab him and then paralyze him.
See, that's the thing, and I think that's why. And to be serious about my joke earlier, I think that's generally why the only time, unless a man is being overly aggressive and a woman does it in a movie, it's only okay to have a guy do it because a guy knows how it fucking feels, right? Women don't technically know how it feels. So, like, when a man sees a woman do it, they're like, "You don't know how hard you can technically kick those." Because women will act like, "Oh, I'm going to kick him in the nuts," and they just haul off and kick like there's no fucking tomorrow. It's like, girl, you don't have to kick that hard. As Eddie Murphy says, you just got to graze nuts, and they hurt.
Well, Sharon Stone punched Schwarzenegger in Total Recall right in the junk, and then in the face, and then the junk again.
You'd probably rather get punched in the face 12 times and get hit in the junk, man. That shit hurts.
That's not good.
That's bullshit. Don't be doing that shit. Diego Flores says in 20 Rubio cells, I laughed at the Shang-Chi nut thing, but that is because I'm an older brother, or I'm an older brother who has had fights with my sister. So I think I can relate. Also, Shang-Chi, I liked it, but I feel it is because I saw dubbed.
Possibly.
Could be. I remember you talking about it this morning, but you didn't seem too convinced in your.
Yeah. And he's, and Diego and I are like, we're trying to pay real close attention to these numbers. I'm going to be on this like a hawk because I'm gonna track down every one of those knuckleheads that said that this film wasn't gonna underperform or wasn't gonna be considered a flop. That they were all like having their victory lap because it was a triumph in the box office the first.
Well, I never
weekend.
said it was going to be a flat out flop, but you don't
No.
see me going, I fucking told you so. Because I
No.
said, until this movie makes at least $500-600 million, I know
It's
they're
not
still in the red.
It's still in the
It
red.
made better than my weekend prediction for its opening, so that's,
did,
that's a good
barely.
sign.
Well,
No, I'm
and
kidding.
again, I mean, I thought at best
You
it
were
was
way
going to be
on the low end.
in the 50s, 52, I think is where I put it. And
I think you and I
my
are pretty close on that. Yeah, I think.
low end was 42. I gave myself a 10 million
I
swing.
think I said 50 or 60, if I remember right.
You probably were closer to the real number because again, based on the actual weekend numbers, it kicked into 75 million territory. That was it.
Yeah.
The others were the tack on.
I was still surprised, but then again, I'm more not surprised as I am.
To date they've made less money on Shang-Chi than they did on Black Widow to date.
Yeah.
Because of the Disney Plus money, and we've talked about why that is.
Well, and Paulie and those guys were over there talking just before. That's what I was talking about with Diego. I was listening, and you guys, they were breaking down the number over there with Valiant Renegade and stuff like that. And that's the thing is like, this movie's a little ways away yet from being anywhere near profitable. So we'll see. Lupu, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be a bit.
Yeah, totally. Lupu sends in 100 Mexican pesos. Thank you so much. Moshoku Tensei is about a fat loser who gets kicked out of his house for jacking it. Gotcha. Okay. To his brother's kid. What? Gets reborn in fantasy Europe and then proceed to. What the fuck is that?
What is this, an anime?
The fuck? Okay.
That's
Remind me not to watch that shit.
I don't. Those are not for me. The hentai is not for me.
A tad over
the tentacle prawn stuff, not for me.
Not a fan.
And the weird futa stuff that Nikita likes, Nick Ricada Law likes, that is not for me either.
I think a lot of that shit's on a jokingly.
I don't know.
I mean, I talk and hang out with those guys, but
I know but he has a lot of knowledge, Tom.
Well, there is that fact. Okay, I'm not going to deny that, but there's a lot of times they're like goofing on a lot.
I'm sure. I'm sure he's kidding. It's a bit. I get it.
A lot of the time, yeah. They're just
wait, what? Never mind. I'll ask you.
They
afterwards.
do get invested in some of that shit, though. I've listened to.
Yeah, I'll spell it for you in the private chat so you can go look it up.
Yeah, because I pulled up federal unemployment tax hacks.
None of that is hentai is mainstream anime, says Diego.
Can't be right.
Thor Ove. I'm gonna fuck this name up, and I'm so sorry. Thor Ove Gersvik. I apologize. Andre is not here to pronounce your name, but he sends in 55 Norwegian krona, so he's from the homeland of Andre. So we welcome you here. It says Robotech comes from Macross. Yes, that is correct. But I also noticed that they released a 2-volume set in the U.S. recently. I was going to check out.
Mandy just looked something up. You can tell.
I should know better by now.
I know what it is now.
Now you should just go watch some like Disney just to get that out of your head.
Old Disney, not new Disney. That'll take me further down the path.
Like Bambi. Go watch Bambi.
Yeah.
Go watch
Bambi's gonna make me cry.
Well, it's got critters.
Yeah, but a lot of
watch
them
Fox
die.
and the Hound.
Oh yes,
Fox and the Hound. He fucking dies again.
God damn it.
You got me one that they don't die.
Disney kills dogs a lot. I mean,
They do. They do.
Yeah, they don't like pets.
Hyperguyver
too. Oh, this is good. Look this one up, Mandy. You'll enjoy this.
Oh Lord. You're gonna corrupt this girl. She's already corrupt enough. Gayton J, if I'm saying that right, sends in 10 Canadian dollars. How about Darling in the Franxx? See, this is what happens when you mention anime. But again, is this one I shouldn't be checking out? Like,
I'm not familiar with
the FBI showing up at my door if I start checking out too much.
I would just be careful.
Oh, okay. I googled that one. That's an eyeful there, ain't it?
I told you. I think that you were going to dig
the rescuers. Yeah, the rescuers.
There we go. The rescuers.
Yeah. And Orville's the best character in that. You know. I mean, although I enjoyed Evinrude as well.
Framed Roger Rabbit.
There you go.
A shoe dies.
Please.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that shoe.
Please, Eddie.
Please, Eddie.
Not kid gloves, Mr. Valiant. Diego Flores, thank you again for another 10 Peruvian Soul. Says, Tom, talk about the anime body pillow rabbit hole Mexican Iron Man went down in Mead. No, because they actually make TMNT fucking body pillows, and somebody had to send me one, and I'm like, get it away. And as a mech anime fan, I didn't see Darling the Franks. They will emotionally backstab.
Oh no, that sounds bad. No, see, I mean, I get enough of the sad when I watched like The Last Exile and stuff like that. I don't need so much of that.
You know, I'm not gonna sit there and say like, you know, I'm a fucking prude and you can't have some fun with certain things and certain topics should be off. But like, if you're doing it in a certain way, like you know, like a great example we had recently was the cuties thing. Even if you're going in with certain intentions, it's still coming off in a wrong way. So you have that problem. Rogfire says, hey Tom, a title I like is called Angel Cop from 1989. You can find it right here on YouTube. Well, that's a good recommendation. It's easy to find. Then I'll try and remember that. I do have a hard time finding finding the time to watch a lot of stuff is what I was trying to say. So that's the other thing. And yes, a TMNT body pillow. Yes, Batman Mall. That is correct.
That's awesome.
I bet April O'Neil is sold out.
That'd be a different story now. We're talking, if you had an April O'Neil, it has to be a doll. Full sized.
Oh boy.
Why would you need the whole body
I'm
pillow
kidding.
though? Like, because there's a guy on Comicsgate who just has the ass.
I don't know
Part
if I
of
could
it,
ever
ain't
do
that-
anything like that. with
Ain't
a
that all you
fucking-
really need? Is just the ass.
I
You don't
just
need
don't
the
think I
rest
could-
of it, right?
I don't think I could ever do any of that stuff. I've never even been one who's even been like, ever even thought about like one of those fleshlights or anything.
You
like
ain't
that.
been lonely enough yet, Tom.
No, well, I've been.
You
lonely
haven't.
enough.
You haven't hit that lonely level.
There's no low level.
I have some self-respect. I don't know. Just like I can't. No, I'd rather have the.
I've
real
got a
thing,
funny
so.
story about a fleshlight, but I'm not going to tell it here.
Oh Lord.
But I
Save
do
it for
have.
tonight.
I might save it for
That
tonight.
is
And
for
I got a funny
toxic
story.
femininity. Speaking of toxic femininity, you can see that tonight at what are we at now? 8 p.m.
8. Yes.
8
At
p.m. Central.
8 p.m. Central.
Is it Central?
No, it's 7.
Central.
It's 7 Central.
7
8
Central,
Eastern.
8 Eastern, and
Yes.
9 Mountain. I don't fucking.
I don't know.
No, 9 is basically in the Atlantic
In
Ocean.
the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm going the wrong direction.
Yes. Yes.
And
8.
look at
If you're in
this-
Prince Edward Island, it would be 9 p.m.
I don't know what this is. Is this Czechoslovakian
Check
Krona?
Kronos.
Do they do Krona too? Okay.
Yeah.
So 50 Czechoslovakian. Thank you for Czech Krona. Yeah. Andre Modelsky. Is that about right? I'm probably butchering it compared to your native tongue, but hey guys. Okay, since talking a great anime, Ninja Scroll. That's one I've heard many times. Is this really now? As I was going to have you come on this morning, but I didn't want to bother you because I knew you was up late playing video games.
Had that ass.
I think that's him trying to say morning.
I don't know if that's really as though because I don't see the check mark. But I'm trying.
I
to
got
know
a
if
check
Az
mark,
is
yeah,
mentioned.
it's
Oh,
him.
does it? Okay, so it's Az. How you doing, man? Sweet. I was gonna bug you, but I'm like, no, I don't want to. But he's been sleeping. He needs some sleep.
He needs some sleep too. Yeah.
He doesn't sleep enough.
You know, he sleeps less than I do. I think sometimes.
Yeah.
He falls asleep on stream, and I feel bad for him. Like I'm like he's gonna fall on his head. And we're just gonna hear thud. Gosker Velat sends in $20. Thank you so much. Moshoku Tensai, if I'm saying that right, is about a guy who was a NEET. What's NEET? Do I want to know? Because he was horribly bullied and gets reborn in a different world that is a sword and sorcery. Now that I kind of like. I have no idea what the other guy watched. Okay.
Okay, he's saying that the other one where it was really fucked up, that's not what he watched. He watched this one. So I'm guessing it may be like a Hulk situation because I downloaded the Hulk and I was really excited and I was poor and I couldn't afford to go to the movies back when the original Hulk came out. So I downloaded it and it ended up being little person porn with a guy dressed in green. It was fucking awesome. It
I was
was
going to say,
great.
why don't you send that? You need to send that shits to me.
Well, it was years ago. I don't have it
Well,
and
you
like
gotta find it
download it. I
now.
mean, I didn't save it onto a
No,
disc
I'm
or
on a
anything,
quest.
and it's been years ago. But no, it was a little
You didn't-
person Hulk porn. It was amazing.
You don't understand. I have been trying to start a company where all we make is remakes of movies with just little people for years. Script knows what I'm talking about. Joe,
That sounds intriguing.
It is. You
That
don't
sounds
acknowledge
good.
that they're little people. All the props are little. Everything's
The first one you got to do is Wizard of Oz, just to throw people off.
just to throw people off.
True.
And then I'm trying to decide if the Munchkins are going to be played by tall people or not, or even shorter,
or even shorter, like children.
Yeah, I haven't decided.
Like kids?
Yet. I'm not sure. Joachim Stark says Blood Trinity sci-fi vampire. The movie?
How did this get so weird?
I hate that movie though.
How did this stream get so weird? What happened?
We brought up anime. But then we went to midget porn, which once you get to midget porn, all else fails. It's all out the window.
Okay.
I don't think this episode will be on the live archives channel.
I doubt it because Tom fucks up everything. Lupu sends in another 100 Mexican pesos. Thank you. Response: Mosho Tensai. Rudy was never bullied. He missed his parents' funeral to jacket. His reincarnation dad even sent him away because he knew what he was doing. What the fuck? I am in the middle of an argument about a fucking anime here.
Well, I mean, sometimes, sometimes you just got better shit to do than go to a funeral.
Not in education, entertainment. Okay. All right. That explains that.
This has really went downhill, hasn't it, Tom?
Yes, it has.
We've done something here.
I think we need to get to Koalas in the Rain before it goes even worse.
Yeah.
And I would be all on board for this Godshillionaire. Yes, I remembered you changed your name. So yes. Thank you everybody for the super chats and for being here listening, for the likes, for the dislikes, even if you didn't like the show. Tell us in the comment afterwards why you didn't like the show. And check out Mandy's channel, check out Culture Casino's channel, check out Script Doctor's channel, and of course check out the Salty Nerd video top podcast at saltynerdvideo.com. If I remember right. Matt's over there with the crew. Right. They always do some great work. So check them out over there. And with that, I think it's time for some moist marsupials.
Yeah. And you guys don't forget to buy my book. And go check out Jack the Ripper. Do not interrupt me with Granny. Go check out my book, you guys. Hey. Now do it.
I meant to do it afterwards. I thought you were done. All right. Because we like Granny.
Hey. We love Granny.
Why?
Because she's funny.
Hey.
God, stop it.
She reminds me of my grandma. Of my Meemaw.
She does the weather report.
She's amazing.
She would tell the koala that rain is coming. She'd be like,
and
hey,
no
there's motherfucking rain coming.
You know what? I was promised wet marsupial.
Koalas in the rain. Koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koalas in the rain.